mix for the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Show me, baby.
And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah. Can you build me up, yeah? You won't break me down. I've come so far, yeah. I've come so far, yeah. To just throw in the towel. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. You're listening to the Sports Joc Show. It is Monday morning, the last Monday of the great year of 2015. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're down to the last 4 days. I'm here live, 9 a.m. to noon, ready for the new year. Glad to be meeting people that have the same mentality as me. I'd be so glad when these holidays over. I'd be so glad when January the 2nd get here. Please hurry up. If I could go to sleep right now and wake up Saturday, I would. I would go to sleep from the day after Thanksgiving until the day after New Year's. Can we get back to real life? Can we stop all this reflection and all? Let's get it. Why we even got to stop for holidays? Kids need to go back to school. Everybody need to go back to doing what they was doing. You ain't celebrating Christ anyway. You just celebrating Christmas. Preach it. Y'all have taken that out. I can't even put the manger in front of the city hall no more.
Well,
you fired me. So it's just Christmas and Santa. There ain't no birthday. Y'all don't even show the baby Jesus movies no more. What happened to that when it was like 12 hours of 12 different people's opinion on what happened in Jerusalem in that manger? All that kind of stuff. Huh? What happened? Can Jesus ride Nazareth? I mean, come on. Since we're going to do it this way, commercialize, let's make it a little quicker. Kids don't need that much time off no more. We ain't going to celebrate the birth, okay? Let's get back. And I said this last year, and I probably have said it every year of Christmas. Stop giving the Sports Joc anything with glitter on it. I've told you people that. That stuff don't ever leave your flow. You get down on the floor to get your little stretch 6 months later. Dang, where's this glitter? I could have swore I hosed this whole glitter don't go away. I don't know why they like to give you them old cards. And when I pull it out the card, all the glitter gonna come off on me. When it went in the card, the glitter fell into the bottom of the envelope. And when it came out the card, it fell onto me. So stop with that. They sell a whole lot. I'm not a glitter guy. I'm not a glitter guy. Now, E.J. Johnson, he wants you to sprinkle him with it. He like you to stand on top and just start throwing some. And I'm quite sure I'm going to leave that for Big Kenny to let you know how it's going to feel when it hit him. But something tells me he loves tinsel. Some tinsel thrown on top of him and a little glitter. That is like a night of true ecstasy for him. But the Sports Joc is not a glitter man. Not a glitter man. You ain't even really got to wrap mine up fancy. You just tie the knot on the bag and hand it to me because I just want what's in the bag. The wrapping, I'm not. Man, this is such a beautiful wrapping. Look at this bow. Look at this card. What do you do with those cards anyway? It's the only time I have a conscience in what to do with these cards because I know you probably never will ask me where the card is, but it's like I would like to still have it just in case you do, but I'm always caught up in the matrix on that. I don't really know what to do with these cards, but if you can just do me a favor next Christmas, and hopefully I'll see it and I'll be right here with you. No glitter, no socks, and no glitter. Start getting y'all a not to do list around here with the Sports Joc. But I'm glad to be here. It's the last Monday. We have a great show. Peyton Manning on steroids. Oh, I can't wait to get on that. We got our man Tahiron, and I hope I'm saying it right. Well, we're just going to call him T. Jones, the foxtail guy. He's bringing an exclusive collection of foxtails by in all kind of colors, and maybe I'll buy one, maybe I won't. Go with the latter. Maybe I won't. But we got to see these. I told you last week we were going to try. He sells other stuff over at his store, exclusive game clothing. But we were so interested in the comeback of the foxtail and how does that actually translate into dollars. And when did you come upon? Black men are not big hunters anymore. We used to have to, but I ain't never bumped into somebody, hey, man, what's been up? Oh, man, me and my cousin went fox killing When the last time you even saw a fox? Y'all see fox? You gotta go out. Oh, well, you live on the border of Mississippi, Alabama. That's deep. People that still go to the store weekly. Everybody, y'all don't remember that? Monthly? Oh, you like West Virginia. Y'all monthly shopping. I remember those days when you buy for the month. Get that one food stamp at the end. That's back when you didn't need an EBT card. You just go and take the food stamp and get something. Now y'all say it's computerized, so they can't sell them. That was why I think they made them computerized, because they had a big scandal here in Georgia where they were selling them so much. But that's an old school trade. That's nothing new, like they say. Nothing new under the sun. But there's one that I don't remember that being in no fashion part of our. Corduroy is not new. A lot of things aren't new, but foxtail wearing is new. It's a new thing, and I can't wait till my man T get here to see what he's doing with that. But I'm glad to be here. I had my Krispy Kreme. I'm very high up on sugar. I got my full dose of 1.5 5-hour energies. It gives me 7.5 hours to bring you. Yeah, half of one is 2.5 hours plus the other 5. So I'm good from 6 a.m. till I shouldn't shut down till 2:30. Around 2:30, right then I should just go flat. But right now I'm juiced up. Big Kenny is in the building. The truth is in the building. If I didn't get to tell you Merry Christmas, and if I don't get to tell you Happy New Year, and, get back to Christ on Christmas, and then we'll be all right. Christ is Christmas. Now, you don't have to believe in Christ. But with all these mall shootings, go believe in something, because they getting down at the mall. Stonecrest Mall here in Georgia, they had a shooting. North Carolina, Charlotte at the mall, they had a shooting. The Kentucky Mall had 1,000 kids that the police had to come run out the mall because the kids wouldn't leave stores and stuff like that. I don't know. What happened to the malls? I used to get dropped at the mall, and I would always time up because they had this one pizza place, and I would save all my money to get me a slice. Because, a slice of pizza back in the 80s was like a unicorn. Who sells pizza by the slice in Florida? That wasn't a thing. So I used to love that. My mom never knew that either. That was the only time I would go and get those penny rolled ups. And I got a beating over stealing them penny roll ups one time. My sister told on me. And it sounds stupid now. Mom, Wayne stole a roll of pennies. You don't really think you can get beat for 50 cents worth of pennies. But you can get a real beat down over by the water meter in the yard with all your other 10 friends. Yeah, I'm telling you the whole story. That was it. My old snitching sister. I ain't gonna call her name, Bridget Range, but snitching on your brother. We supposed to be all one. You caught me. You caught me down at the convenience store. Yeah, I was in there getting some chips. I had went in there and rolled it. It wasn't like they was already pre-rolled. I had to roll the pennies. Y'all don't know nothing about rolling pennies. I'm the only person in here know something about rolling pennies. Y'all roll a lot of blunts, but nobody rolled pennies with me. Y'all know that little sleeve. You put your finger in the one end to make sure they don't go, and you just keep. Coinstar generation. Yeah, okay. Showing my age for real, rolling pennies. But welcome to the show, The Truth. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, that too. What are we supposed to do on Kwanzaa? I'll do that too. This the third day of Kwanzaa?
Yeah, it is.
How long is Kwanzaa?
7 days.
7 days. A lot of stuff. Everything is on a 7-day rotation. I mean, okay, I'm happy Kwanzaa. Big Kenny, happy E.J. Johnson Day.
Whatever it is. Good morning, everybody. Let me say this. Unlike the Sports Joc, please keep sending me Christmas cards with glitter, because stripper glitter and Christmas card glitter are hard to tell apart. So if I ever come home with glitter on my face, I'll be like, hey, I got a Christmas card. Yeah. I wasn't at the strip club, but it's June. Look, I'm in the spirit early. And for all you people that don't remember the food stamp in the booklet, it was an easier time because you could go in and just spend your food stamp. Now you have to actually take the crackhead with you through the line. And it's really awkward as they stand around trying to look inconspicuous, like just Just why is this dude standing next to you? I don't know. Yeah. And then you got to look at him and and when they go, could you put in the code? You go, oh snap, and then you look at him and he go 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2. Are you sure you don't know this man? I don't know him.
We are not together.
We are not together.
Oh man!
And
I just saw him with Wayne up in there.
Yeah,
the sports shop.
This your third time through the line today, sir. And I'm sure E.J. Johnson loves glitter.
Doesn't he just look like a glitter guy?
He does indeed. No, he does. Sequins and glitter.
And every time he throws it, he screams "toe toe toe"
and snaps in a Z.
He just looks like a glitter guy.
He's a magic fairy of some kind, I'm sure.
He can't get enough.
He makes his dad so proud.
He can't get enough glitter.
Well, look at it, voila!
Yeah, sequins. I call that.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Man, he just looks like a glitter guy.
But that Gucci belt is giving life.
We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show. How much responsibility does coaches have on educating your kids? We'll be right back for more of the Sports Joc Show.
The Sports Joc Show is now on YouTube's new live video. Visit us at sportsjoc.com or watch directly from YouTube. Just search for the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Bless my heart, bless my soul. Didn't think I'd make it to 22 years old.
You might know me, I'm 50 Cent. You may follow my tweets, my Facebook friends. Odds are a few in 6 degrees separate us. We're that close. What's crazy is 1 in 6 don't know where their next meal is coming from. These are your co-workers, your neighbors, your friends. Hunger's too close for us to ignore. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank to see how you can make a difference. From one close friend to another, let's do this. I'm 50 Cent, and together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm 1 out of every 5 children in America and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
Football
I want to
stadium.
be a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is the sound of salmonella gyrating on your undercooked chicken. And it looks like Mom might be taking it out a little early. Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So use a thermometer to cook each type of meat to the right temperature. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper car, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm David Oyelowo, and I will not be news today. I will not merchandise my success with a variety of easy-to-pronounce products and services like David Oyelowo's olive oils, Oyelowo's royal oleo, or even Oyelowo's yellow oboes. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. First and foremost, we'd like to just send our well wishes and condolences for anybody over in the tornadoes in the Mississippi, Alabama area. My last time checking, I do know they said 12 people have passed due to those tornadoes in that area. A lot of damage. That area, especially over in Tuscaloosa, just went through something similar. I want to say about 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. So we hope that everybody is doing well, and hopefully recovery will be soon for you and your families. McDonald's, for you people that love McDonald's, I like to throw out my PSAs and bring it to you first. They will be offering next summer mac and cheese. You will be able to get you a 4-ounce serving of mac and cheese at McDonald's for $1.75. Right now, it's going on. They're testing Ohio, and they hope to bring it to everyone else by the 4th of July. So you'll be able to get your Big Mac.
Why?
I want a 20-piece McNugget. Let me get a number 6 extra cheese. Would you like a large fry or a small fry with that, sir? Can I get some mac and cheese? Can I substitute mac and cheese for an apple pie?
It's killing this country.
Can we get mac and cheese at that kids' meal?
Because you know that's what's going along with a Big Mac.
Well, you know they were doing so well, adding the apple slices and the yogurt as an option, and now they're going to throw in some.
I want grilled chicken salad with light vinaigrette,
a Diet Coke,
large mac and cheese, and a Diet Coke with very little ice.
It's gonna kill us.
Can I get a side of cheese sauce with that large mac and cheese?
Not extra cheese sauce.
When are we gonna stop, man? I never had McDonald's and thought y'all should give me anything else to make my heart race faster.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
In every dark cloud,
is this really the news?
In every dark cloud, there is a silver lining. The truth of the matter is, thank God it didn't come out as the big Mac and cheese. That's what they were going to do at first. Mac and cheese on the burger. Then somebody said, "Hey, that'd be too much like Hardee's," and they went, "No, that's Denny's." Well, whoever. And they were like, "No, we can't do that." And then they're like, "All right, just let it ride."
They are testing in Ohio a 4-ounce. You get the small 4-ounce of mac and cheese.
Listen.
Oh man, America, man, it's just
before you bring it to Georgia, be advised that if I'm ever in a McDonald's and I see you ordering mac and cheese, I'm going to whoop your fat ass. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump on you right there at McDonald's. Like, you doing too much. You got the extra sweet and sour sauce with the 20-piece. And then you going to supersize the mac and cheese.
What's the calorie count? Do you have any nutritional information on this new
does
side
that matter?
item?
Does that matter?
I'm trying to help out the situation.
Like is there any nutritional value in mac and cheese?
In mega carbs.
Especially at McDonald's. You know, McDonald's.
You got the protein from the cheese. Okay. Well, you got your carbs. You know, it's pasta. It's pasta. And if the cheese is not powdered, then
and those will be the conversations going on in the booth. Well, you know, this is a carbohydrate. It's a starch, and I'll get my dairy.
Oh man. I laughed. That's why I brought it. I just jotted it down.
I will be researching.
Y'all push the envelope. I know we're a country of overachievers in a lot of areas, but we don't need to overachieve at McDonald's.
Coronary problems. I mean, that sounds like a heart attack.
What on a McDonald's menu currently goes with mac and cheese?
The walnut salad. I don't.
Nothing.
The walnut salad.
I don't know.
Nothing goes with mac and cheese on that menu.
Can I have a mac and cheese McFlurry?
Okay.
We're in Atlanta, Georgia, which is about 100 miles from where we are right now to Athens. At Athens, they hired a new head coach to be the coach of the University of Georgia, the Bulldogs, Kirby Smart, who was the defensive coordinator at Alabama for the last 6-7 years. Kirby has come under scrutiny about his contract, Big Kenny and Truth. He's offered a $50,000 bonus if players meet academic targets that the university has set. He's under scrutiny because a professor, at one of these quote-unquote University of California cultured studies of sports education, that is his title, Murray Stepper, is saying that that's only less than 1% of his salary and that his bowl bonus is bigger than the education bonus. My question to you two, and we've talked about this before, why does society like to place on the coach the responsibility of an athlete graduating?
I'm not sure that they're placing responsibility. I think they do recognize, though, the power and impact that the coach has on the player, both on the field and off the field, and it's hoped that the person that's in their life as many hours as they are on the field, that, they can direct them towards a greater good, which is education.
On the field, because unlike a high school coach, a college coach doesn't coach a class. You only come in contact with him in sport-related activities. So he actually has nothing to do with your schedule.
And he's limited in the amount of non-sport-related activities he can even interact with you in.
Yes, and I don't know, a solo time he can really be with you in an activity.
Right, and not come under some sort of scrutiny and penalty from the NCAA.
But the mentoring and the leadership, typically don't players look up to their coaches and respect their opinions about things other than just the game? I'm asking that of you, the Sports Joc. Is there anything else any of your coaches could have taught you? Maybe about, I don't know, women, money? Is there any conversations you've had outside of football that you would have respected the opinion of that coach?
Always wear a condom.
Yeah.
Well, he's keeping you from getting AIDS. There you go.
Most of what a coach is going to offer you is an education to learn your sport better and more of conduct, as Big Kenny in a very sexual way alluded, wear a condom, but more of how to handle yourself outside, how to deal with the pressures of being an athlete, how to call Uber now, but a cab,
education is part of that. Learning
and
doing well in school helps you be able to enter a credit card in your phone for Uber.
But actual class work, none. There's nothing he does. There's nothing about his job. There's nothing about him being around me.
It's his job to help create an overall person, though, and education being part of that is what I see. So in order to be just as complete as he can possibly help this player be, education is a component of it. And if he has
why is it his job?
But that's what I'm trying to get.
By the time generally as a student athlete gets to a college coach, he is for all practice and purposes an adult.
Not his job, but
I'm
in
saying
his
why
role as a leader.
Why don't we put the responsibility of people getting educated on the people receiving the education? I think the coach has done a lot of what is the most difficult part of going to college, which is accepting them and providing the funding for them to get an education.
It's a shared responsibility.
Well, how is that a shared responsibility? You choose your classes. You are the one responsible for getting up and going to that class. Now, just because you play football, because if you're in the band, does the band director have more of a responsibility to make sure the clarinet players graduate?
Well, it's in the best interest of the coach, too. There are NCAA rules that say that if this guy, your star player, is not doing well in school, then he's not going to be able to play football. That hurts the team. So if part of the coach's impact on the field and for the team as a whole is to make sure that this player is doing well, then he should take some interest. I'm not saying that it should be a huge part of what that role is, but understanding where this player is, recognizing whether or not he's failing, adding a resource if that's going to help. I don't see why that could hurt. How can it hurt?
Well, I don't know if it can hurt, but I don't know that you even give him the leeway. I can't even get a player a ride in the car. You told me I can't even call his teachers to check up on him. All I can do is sit around with my counsel, come up with our standard that you have to have. I didn't even make the GPA of what it takes to get into this college. You did. So if you tell me 2-0, then I can go get this group of people. You tell me 3-0, I got to go get another group. I just don't know where is it that you think the coach is so involved that he can influence your kid to want to go get or her an education. That is really on you. He's not going to be in your life. Kirby Smart is not going to be in his player's life enough to have any influence on whether he wants to graduate or not.
Where your daddy at?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that the NCAA regulations or stipulations regarding a coach overall, like we understand they can't do drugs, they also must pass grades.
What?
So maybe this is just part of the coach's overall role.
And I thought I didn't play college sports because I wasn't athletic.
It was the dope.
It was the no doping thing that got me.
Parents, it is your responsibility to get your kid to graduate, not a coach.
Hey, students, it is your responsibility. Your parents got you grown enough to go off.
It takes a village. It takes a village.
A village of weed smokers, I guess. That's what Big Kenny says. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
There are many sounds in your daily life. Ones that make you smile. Ones that help you relax. And there are some sounds that can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you critical information about emergencies in your area. With updates from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Center Court on sports, news, gossip, blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We are here until the noon hour. In the next hour, we have Tahiron Jones, a.k.a. T, coming on. We're going to talk about those foxtails that Cam Newton is sporting, 200 a pop. He is sporting those. He bought his whole team foxtail. They got their tail between their legs yesterday. But we'll talk about that in a minute. You know, rise up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Rise up. As we left, one of our producers during the commercial break was reminding us that we talked about a story similar to Kirby Smart, where a coach was accused of overstepping his boundaries and contacting a professor about grades. And the professor said he felt like he was being intimidated and kind of being forced to pass to the player. I just want to let people know how it works, because I think you have a false idea of how college coaching and players work. The coaches are not teachers. All college coaches are required to have graduated from college, but they are not teachers. You don't go to a class that they teach, and they are really not around you in that type area. Yes, they do make stipulations for study hall. They give you all the resources so you can get a tutor in any subject. There is no subject you can't get a free tutor. Not one that you can't get a free tutor. So, like I said, most people I know that didn't graduate, that were athletes, were not trying to graduate. Most of their thoughts were trying to make a pro ball league and mess around, and by the time they looked up, they just had enough credits, even though they've been there 5 years, to be a sophomore, because that's how little they kept taking the minimum classes each time, whereas coach just required you to take the minimum classes during the season. And it wasn't really even the minimum. It was more of, you're going to need to be out of the class by 2 o'clock to get to practice. So I don't care if you go to class from 7 a.m. to 2, you're going to need to be on my field at 3 o'clock. But most people just are not taking their education serious, and the resources are there, and coaches are not playing that role of daddy as some of you think in certain areas. So when Kirby Smart is offered $50,000 compared to something like $250 for a bowl, because they want their team in a bowl. That's his job, to get his team and his players there to a bowl game. NBA, Christmas Day, Golden State Warriors defeating the Cavs. That was a great game. I went to the game Saturday between the Hawks and the Knicks. Last week we reported about Derek Williams of the Knicks, who got robbed up in New York of over $600,000 of jewelry and his Louis Vuitton bag, because I don't know why he told the police that, but that's what he said. Here is video, Big Kenny Truth, for you out there that haven't seen this. These are the two ladies that they are looking for.
White girls!
In connection.
White girls!
In connection to this robbery.
All you racists that just knew it was Sheikah and Tanisha. Look, it's the white girl. It's the pink toe.
It's two ladies. They are looking for these ladies.
Help me, Jesus.
They are linked to other crimes. I think this was supposed to be the 4th or 5th time that, I don't know if it's this exact couple of women that pull the crimes off, but there have been a couple of similar crimes to Derek Williams of robbery by the women. I haven't found news whether they were sexual in this case or not. I'm quite sure the as I call it, the double scoop happened.
At least let's hope so. Because I would hate to think that all you got out.
What's the double scoop?
The threesome. I would hate to think that all you got out of that
Derek
was
wanted to know. The producer wanted to know.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
the double scoop.
Yeah.
I'll let his imagination run.
He lives vicariously.
His eyebrows went to an M. Double scoop.
Double scoop.
They hit him with the double scoop.
He got robbed at an ice cream parlor. He was in a froyo.
Like he got a double scoop of Rocky Road right there.
I would like to think that somehow that he just violated them in all kind of sexual ways before they robbed him. Because if all he got out of this was robbed, you squandered your resources is what it is. You not focused, young man. That's the problem.
And I think that's where the double scoop came in. A single scoop, he probably would have been more focused. The double scoop, he was a little confused,
very distracted.
Right?
That's when for all the players know when you got more than one person on the field with you. That's when your head on swivel the most, because you already know that's what's coming. This is a tandem.
Well,
one person's meant to distract you, the other person's meant to rob you.
I think the double scoop made him think that he was a bigger player
than he actually was.
He really is.
He thought they actually liked him.
So it was like, man, I'm killing them tonight. I'm killing them, and then they killed you when you woke up and all your jewelry was missing. But that is the video from the hotel. They aren't saying that they're what do you call when you're not a suspect? I guess. Person of interest. Okay.
Listen to the criminals in the room. It's called person of interest. Right. And for all those that find it hard to believe, there are guys out there that truly believe that situations like that are a byproduct of them having sparkling personalities. You know what I mean? I was in
instead of the baguettes around their neck.
I was in at a bachelor party once at an Atlanta night spot for gentlemen. And one of the guys with us, I look up and security's yoking this dude up. Look like they're about to hurt him. So we go, hey, what's going on? And they're like, he needs to pay for these dances. He had run up maybe $100 worth of dances with this female and didn't want to pay her. And so I'm like, why don't you pay her? And he was like, I didn't know I had to pay. And I was like, why do you think she was dancing for you? He said, I thought she liked me.
He needs a dance.
And she did while the music was playing.
And we made him go sit in the car for 4 hours. We stayed in the club and we made him sit in the car.
Should have called his wife on her.
Well, I mean, she probably didn't want him back either. We didn't
want to sanction a murder. She got a bounty out on the man.
That's like
blood on Big Kenny hands.
Well, and I'm sorry, but if anybody's married and their wives are surprised they go to the strip club, y'all living a lie. You're living a lie. My wife already know what time. Where y'all going, Magic City?
Here go some ones, honey.
Speaking of false pretenses, Brittany Griner. The WNBA star.
Love that segue. I love that segue.
She had some words to say about Gilbert Arenas, saying that the women in the WNBA should wear more, what would we call those?
Revealing
clothing. As we said last week, Brittany is one of the few people we are not trying to see in that manner at all, but she had some words to say to Gilbert Arenas.
Brittany, how you doing? Anything to say to Gilbert Arenas? Did you hear what he said?
Everybody heard what he said.
What's your reaction?
I have no reaction for that. For what he said.
No?
I have nothing to say about it. It doesn't reserve a response.
Hold on, stop it right there for a
reserve.
second. For y'all that don't know, that is Brittany Griner. I know some of you might have the voice and you're like, well, I thought he was going to play a woman from the WNBA. That is Brittany Griner talking. So we can finish it up now.
Them hormone pills working.
Thank you.
Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Do you forgive Gilbert if he apologizes?
Hell no.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You think even if he apologized to you, you wouldn't?
No. Why would he apologize? He meant what he said. I mean, but,
Is he welcome at any of your games?
I don't want to see him.
All right.
That's 6'10", Brittany Griner.
Okay, see, and here's my problem with the Brittany Griner. She sees herself as a man, but she's still got very female tendencies, very indicated by I have no comment, then commenting. You know what I mean? Right. Only a woman would say, well, I don't want to say anything, but you know what I think.
I'm not talking to you.
A dude would have been like, nah, bruh, I ain't got nothing to say. And he'd got on the elevator and rolled out.
Do you think she would maybe pick a fight with Gilbert if she saw him?
She would win a fight with Gilbert if she saw him. And she put you in the mind of one of those Russian athletes, you know, them gymnasts. And she is just, I don't know.
And does anybody else notice that elevator took a long time to come? Like, this man did a 10-minute interview.
Well, she held it for a minute. And I think it's ironic that they asked her the question, because obviously when he was talking about women dressing more sexy, he probably didn't have you in his top 5. If he were to make a top 10 list of the women he wants to see in lingerie, you wouldn't be anywhere on it.
Correct.
But you know, sometimes the studly ones had that surprise package. You know what I'm saying? You see them in some skimpy clothes and be like, "What, Brittany? You doing it like that?" Mm-hmm. And then she be on some, "Hey, bruh, dudes don't act like that towards each other." And you be like, my bad, bruh, my bad, bruh.
And dap on out.
I will tell you as we go to break, the thing that stood out for me was he was saying that the ladies of the WNBA are beautiful. And she said, yes, they are, instead of yes, we are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
The coach should have been more involved in her education. That's
We're going to break. We're coming back. We're going to have the Jock of the Week, Mr. Heisman Trophy winner himself, Charles Woodson, is finally retiring. That and much more on the Sports Joc Show coming up.
Don't miss the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy after the show today on Wolf AM 560 and FM 100.1 in the huddle on Dothan, Alabama's The Ball at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hear the rebroadcast of today's show at thesportsjlc.com now on YouTube Live.
Oh, I think they like me when they heard me in the other way. So it's only right that I hit you with a lyric.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash.
I want to be a bike that races around the country.
When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a trail.
I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch. I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be a
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is the sound of salmonella gyrating on your undercooked chicken. And it looks like Mom might be taking it out a little early. Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So use a thermometer to cook each type of meat to the right temperature. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Now, it's time to present the Jock of the Week on the Sports Joc Show, where we highlight an exceptional athlete that has taken their game to the next level.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, sitting here with the Truth and Big Kenny. Earlier, we were talking about mac and cheese at McDonald's. For you people out there that are picketing for McDonald's to raise the minimum wage, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the future. If you're looking at the Sports Joc page, you will see in McDonald's around the country, these are starting to pop up. Can we show that picture? No, it's not popping up.
We got it.
Right there, Big Kenny Truth.
That'll teach them.
In response to minimum wage raising, you can have your own little kiosk. You go order and then pick up. So no longer will.
They just gave him the middle finger.
I mean, that's the future. The computer. I wonder. Well, they have the mac and cheese on there, like a picture of it.
Well, you know, in case these don't catch on, the mac and cheese is meant to make you too fat to pick it later. You know what I mean? Like, we want $15. You know what? Let's just go home. Hey, can I get a side of mac and cheese before we leave?
That is the future. I think that's the future everywhere, because I've been saying that for a while. A lot of your banks are making it that you don't have to come in. They don't want you to come in unless you want a loan.
They discourage.
They're trying to discourage you from even deposits and things. Now you got to have your license to deposit cash. You got to have the full address of a person to deposit. You can't just have the account.
My favorite
anymore.
of the
Don't get
ATM.
surprised now when you go to your bank. You're gonna be, oh, can I put this $100 in? Can I see your? Because they're trying to make sure. Chase, or was it Chase? One of the banks, one of them won't even let you deposit cash unless you're putting it in your account. So there's a lot of things going on where they're trying to make you, and they have that person that stands there. Hey, good afternoon, come in.
The Walmart group.
You got an account with us? Well, you know you can go online. Well, you know eventually you won't have no job. You keep sending everybody online to do their banking. What you gonna be in here for?
You tell them.
So you know.
I have a Chase account, and I remember walking into one of the brand new branches that they built in my part of town, and there are no humans outside. There's a guy, like a loan officer in the office. There's a facilitator who says, how can I help you, sir? And you say, well, I need to. And she goes, well, you can go over here. And if you need a person, she hits a button, a wall slides down, and then she goes behind the counter and does whatever she has to do. But there is little to no human interaction.
Have you seen the tellers where you can go in and there's a lady on a screen? Like she's in India or somewhere.
Yeah, they have that too.
Yeah, it's like the Jetsons coming true.
Joc, she said the Jetsons coming through. Charles Woodson, the University of Michigan great. 17 years Charles has been in the NFL. Plays for the Raiders, started with the Raiders, went to Green Bay, won a Super Bowl with Green Bay, now back out with the Raiders for the last 2-3 years. Finally is hanging up the cleats. Wood definitely will be in the Hall of Fame. Nothing happened better for Charles Woodson. Was around year 10. He moved from corner to safety. With his skills from the cornerback, he was able to play the safety position at a high level, which I think that's what will allow him to stick around this long. He was a big corner, so it made it easy to be a free safety. But what a career, Big Kenny and True. I don't know why the Raiders kept him around this last year. I've always said that, not diminishing what he has done, but he's 39 years old. Most of the games I turn on, when the play starts, he's not even in the frame. That's how far they have him back to defend the defenders.
That's how he was able to stay. They didn't even know he was on the team. Like, hey, who is that dude out there way out by the goal? Like, oh, that's Charles Woods. Oh, he still play for us? Yeah, he got a contract and everything. Dang, we got to keep him there.
Almost 2 decades. They saw something in him. Maybe a lot of his impact was, off the field. I know a lot of players have a great impact on a team, in the locker room.
Yeah, I'm happy because I look at some of these teams and it's like, well, who's going to tell them what to do? Who's going to lead them? Charles definitely provided that.
And not only did he play almost 2 decades, but at that position.
Yes.
You know, he wasn't a punter. You know, punters usually last a long time, but that's one of those skill, speed, agility positions. And for him to now, true enough, he plays 45 yards off the line of scrimmage, but still, he has been effective this year.
Yes, he has. And going out on a high note, the Raiders are not going to make the playoffs. So the last game was his last in Oakland. Should be anybody's last game in that Coliseum. They should just blow the whole thing down. So
as you've said
I'm
before.
quite sure he's not going to miss that so much as the Raiders and the fans. And I've played out in Oakland, and they don't have any greater fans, but the arena is a piece of trash.
And you know, if they collapse that arena, it won't change the landscape of Oakland a whole lot. You know what I mean? It'll just look like the rest of the neighborhood. The rest of it look like it's all been imploded. Like, wow, okay.
But he's one of the guys that won the Heisman and then actually went to the league. It's very seldom that if you go through who wins the Heisman, you will realize that it's a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio of guys that won the Heisman and then still went to the NFL and performed. Most of your Heisman Trophy winners fade.
Yeah,
a few now. Most of them are commentators.
Yes.
Coaches.
Before you even know, it's like, you're on TV already? Yes, because that's how quick your career was. And Tim Tebow.
I was going to say, touchdown, Jesus!
It's not the only one. My year coming out, Charlie Ward won the Heisman. Charlie said, he told NFL teams, if y'all don't feel like I'm a top 5 round draft pick, then I'm just going to go play basketball. So Charlie Ward never played, never tried out, never put on an NFL uniform. He went and played, because he played point guard at Florida State as well on the basketball team, and went and played 10, 11 years point guard, I think, for Houston and the Knicks in his career.
He was with the Knicks.
You would see Charlie and totally forget that.
Oh,
you know,
overachieving face.
You do know Charlie Ward won the Heisman. He had the Heisman. He won the Heisman. I know he's dribbling, but he won the Heisman, and that's kind of the story of the Heisman.
Did RG3 win the Heisman?
RG3 won the Heisman.
And look at
him. And he
modeling headbands.
And when you go, I don't have a list. I can pull one up real quickly, but if you start going down the names, you will find that you'll probably find a 3-to-1 ratio where the Heisman Trophy winner went on. Danny Cannell, those guys that won and did nothing on the next level of sports.
And when you mention names like Danny Cannell, everybody, who?
Yeah, we should pull that up during the next break. I'd like to have a conversation about that.
But Charles, and that's why I salute Charles, because
congratulations.
It wasn't just college. He was able to take that award and go to the league and play a long time. And
20-plus sacks, 60-plus interceptions, only player in NFL history.
One of the top players, and definitely deserves all the accolades that will come along with him in his career, and never really had no off the field type issues either in that long period of time.
Why isn't a Charles Woodson having his farewell tour like a Kobe Bryant? Why isn't everywhere he going they have a special press conference set up for him to ask him the same question for the 1,000th time? Well, so what does it feel like, and what will you remember most? Why doesn't the NFL do that?
NFL has always sold you team. Right. They sell you to be a fan of the team, not that you can't be a fan of the player, but we're going to sell you the team and that logo, kind of how they control them, even with how they can dress. I don't want anybody to stick out as themselves. I want everybody just to look like the Raiders.
That's the team.
Yeah, I don't want you to be able to highlight yourself
with a foxtail.
Whereas in the NBA, on the other side, they sell you players. They don't tell you to be a fan of a team. If you watch, people are turning to the dark side with the Warriors just because of Steph Curry. It has nothing to do necessarily with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, most people can't even tell you what the team is. They go. They're in California. Oh, okay. So you know what the Golden State is. What part of California? They couldn't tell you where Golden State plays basketball, and they're never going there.
What part of California? Steph Curry MVP.
His daughter's name is Riley.
Right. And they sell you Jordan. They sell you the name Kobe. I was reading that Kobe is leading in All-Star votes. Well, averaging 9 points a game, like how are you? But that's how they voted.
But it's a pretty 9 points. That's what it is.
It's a popularity, a face. Follow this player. LeBron in Cleveland, sell out. LeBron in Miami, sell out. LeBron not in Cleveland, lowest attendance in the league. LeBron back in Cleveland, highest attendance in the league. That's how Michael Jordan come to town, tickets are twice as much. Right. That same arena on a double hitter play tomorrow night, empty. And because that's what they sell you. And that's how a lot of people, that's why they fluctuate in attendance, because they tell you to be the fan of the player. So people only want to watch that game. They don't want to watch. That's why the Hawks, people always, I even say that. But people really, they haven't had a huge fan base since Dominique, because people wanted to see the human highlight film. And that's what you need.
We need a big star.
And that's what it is. So they sell you a certain, the Lakers, Boston, but most teams are just sold to sell you players. So Charles Woodson, we salute you. And thank you for what you did for the NFL.
Now, don't get arrested with prostitutes after you retire. Just please. Don't go Warren Sapp on us. That's all I'm saying.
We'll be back on the Sports Joc Show right after this.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent, 1 in 260,000. The odds of him having 15 career NASCAR victories, 1 in 1.7 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad O'Clock, and it's the best time of the day, because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? Thinking about you. XOXOXO. Want to snuggle. ... JK. Hit me back. You getting these texts? ? We should hang later. I miss you. Holla at your boy. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you at home? Where are you? What are you doing? OMG. You are making me mad. Are you with your ex? You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Show me that.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah? You won't break me down, I've come too far from just throw in the towel. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We are in the NFL Hour. Coming up in the next segment, we got our man Taharon Jones. I hope I'm saying his name right. I have a terrible producer who never helps you out with stuff like that. He just sits there and puts it on you to come up and make it up so he can claim, like Pontius Pilate, I wash my hands of this whole thing. That's just how he likes to do it. So Taharon Jones, he is the owner of Exclusive Game Clothing. Last week we talked about Cam Newton and his foxtail. I'm going to see what we can do with a line of possum tail, 'cause that's what I like to shoot with my gun. But we are here to the noon hour. Before we get into the NFL report, one thing that, I like to bring you PSAs. A group of researchers up at MIT, if you don't know what that is, Google it for you people. I like to give you, some of you don't know. So go ahead on and just say, you know what, I do not know where MIT is or what it is. So, but go and research it. They have developed software. Big Kenny, you need to listen up to this. That can see human silhouettes through walls and track their movements. So they are about to be able to look through walls like Superman, X-ray vision, and see you hiding behind that wall. People are afraid that this software will be introduced to the mainstream and privacy rights will be violated. So eventually Spock and Captain Kirk will exist in real life. We will be on the Starship Enterprise and going to galaxies everywhere. We're about to start seeing through walls. We're going to turn men into women in 2015. And now we are about to see through walls. Don't introduce that to people, man. That's something right there. A lot of divorces, a lot of things going to happen when spying on your children, just sitting outside the building looking at people. We've exploited the internet. It's some things that we introduced that we didn't think were going to go that way, like the pistol. We didn't think that the way of the gun was going to go the way the gun is gone. We just thought it was going to be, something to protect ourselves, not to go get at people. But we are definitely a violent country based on the use of guns. I just thought I would bring that on before we move on to the rest of the report. As I spoke about, Taharon Jones and one of his big clients is Cam Newton, the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers were in the Dome yesterday. Before I bring that story to you, Big Kenny, Truth, I know you were pulling for the Falcons in a big way to knock the Panthers off, right? Rise up.
Well, I want them to win, of course, but I was so torn. My heart and my brain sometimes have different desires. So I was just thinking about, next year's draft pick. Maybe we just throw this one.
See what I'm saying, Big Kenny?
That's what I'm a Falcon fan. Winning is what it's about. But my brain and my heart again speak different languages sometimes.
So your brain was saying Panthers and your heart was saying Falcons.
That's exactly right.
They call that substance abuse. when your brain and your heart speak in two different languages. That's what
I thought it just.
At least that's what my sponsor told me. That's what that is.
But rise up. Rise up.
Last week, this application to start being a Panthers fan showed up right there, Big Kenny, Truth, where you could jump on the bandwagon and leave whatever team that you were with and decide to be a Panthers fan. This was all the build-up, people running their mouth for the Panthers and how they're going to beat the Falcons. Well, that didn't happen yesterday. The Falcons, for one day,
showed up,
rose up, and went out with the energy to be able to defeat an undefeated team. Went into the game, Carolina 14-0, needing to win this game. Remember, there's some teams that are winning that you have no clue. like the Kansas City Chiefs, we're going to talk about them, who won 9 games in a row, and the Arizona Cardinals, who are 13-2. So Arizona is putting pressure. If Cam Newton and his team lose this coming week against Tampa, they will, and Arizona wins, Arizona will have home field throughout the playoffs, which means for you people don't think that's important, in about 3 weeks, regardless of where you are in this country, it's probably going to be cold. So Arizona would have to come from their comfy 80, 85 degree
89
to North Carolina in the cold, late January. It's a big difference in how that ball feels, run games, things like that. You want home field, especially when you're a dome team, to be able to pull this off. Big Kenny, were you shocked of the Falcons beating the Panthers?
The thing that occurred to me is I felt like I was it was the Freaky Friday of NFL Sunday. 2013, the Falcons were a 13-3 team.
Yes.
And they were getting ready to play the Panthers. And I was dismissing the Panthers because of Scam Newton. And you said to me, you can never discount a team like Carolina because they might not be going to the playoffs, but they can ruin your chances and your position for the playoffs. Here we are 2 seasons later, and the roles are reversed. Their perfect season, their home field advantage, all of that was affected yesterday by the Falcons doing what they did, coming out and playing like they should have been playing the entire season. For me, great win, but a little too much too late. I would have loved to have seen some of that passion, some of that competitiveness earlier in the season, but it gave us a glimpse of who the Falcons actually are if they apply themselves.
Right.
They're a really good team. They've got a lot of weapons. That catch Julio Jones made yesterday over Kuechly.
Yeah, we have that video.
That was some grown man, give me the ball, boy, get off me, you can't handle me type of NFL play.
And the best part of it was how Matt Ryan got out of trouble to throw it.
And then gave him the go. I got this right. Just go. You get down there and look at that. That's a grown man throw. That's a grown man throw, a grown man catch, and then Carl Lewis over the goal line. Right. So had they been playing like that all year, it might be a different story. But I was taken back to a couple seasons ago when we were saying, don't talk about the Panthers like that because they'll mess up your playoff position and your chances. And yesterday, the Falcons had a chance to repay that favor. So,
and the thing I loved about it was that I'm always preaching to people. You think that all that talking before the game can't motivate people. But all that calling Roddy White out and telling him how he's sorry and telling blah, 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 blah. You're in a sport that one of the key factors to winning is motivation. What do I have to be motivated? What is my motivation? A guy plays different. If you told him, hey, catch 2 touchdowns in this game, I'll give you $1 million. Trust me. He'll be trying to break his leg trying to get in the end zone.
And speaking of $1 million,
I always said that about boxing. I always feel like you get $5 million, you get $5 million, it's $30 million. We'll see a whole new type of boxing. But if you already got your $30 million and you already got your $40 million, but you put $30 million, that's the prize.
For the winner.
Yeah, it won't be all this little jabbing. You would actually...
Somebody going to get beat up.
And part of the bigger prize was just the team's willingness and desire to stop Cam Newton and the Panthers from being undefeated.
And I'll say Julio Jones performed well enough yesterday. Well, I'm willing to unfreeze his accounts. You know what I'm saying? Before I was on some, why are we paying you again? But now, hey, unfreeze that account.
And Roddy
he earned his money.
And I think all that came from Roddy. They established Roddy early, who had 8 catches yesterday. Most catches he's had, most time you even thrown the ball to him.
They didn't
and that made the defense have to swear up. and take all that double coverage off Julio. And it was just a good win. They really got after Cam, and that's why I was making sure y'all know Carolina needed to win this game.
Let me ask you, Sports Joc, do you think that this changes Carolina's mental outlook on the playoffs? Do they feel human? Do they feel vulnerable now? Because they came into this game feeling like some Superman, and now they're on some, hey, if the Falcons beat us, then anything might happen. Are they going to be affected by that?
This will be the game why you do win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Because this erases Victory Monday. See, after we went 6-0, Coach walked into the locker room and he said, for every win from now on, we off on Monday. Well, y'all have had 2 months of Mondays off. Now we got to go back to work. Now we got to watch the film for real and not just push it off and not gloss over the mistakes, because that's what you really do when wins.
They become complacent.
You move on. Even though you didn't do what you were supposed to do, you kind of move on because you won. Today, everybody's at work, pulling up grabbing their pens or tablets or whatever they're using and getting ready for the next opponent and get back in that spirit. This is that game to me that says, okay, we're not invincible. We can be beat. So I still look forward to seeing Cam and this team. I still think they will play Arizona in the NFC championship game. But we'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show. Taharon Jones coming up right after this break.
The Sports Joc is now on YouTube's new live video. Visit us at sportsjoc.com or watch directly from YouTube. Just search for the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Child home safely.
Tap your views together 3 times.
Is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold
I want to
day.
be a football
I want to be a
stadium.
bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Oh! You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper car, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Hi, I'm Matt Kenseth. You don't have to be a race car driver to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you can't control, like mechanical issues, high winds, and rain delays. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you, and leave the drama for the racetrack.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Players Lounge. You have been given full access to the Players Lounge on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Before we bring our guests on, we were talking about the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons yesterday in the Georgia Dome. Falcons prevailing, and a surprise to most. Panthers went into this game as a 7-point favorite. I picked the Falcons 2 weeks ago to win this game. Should have put a little money on it. Guess I wasn't that confident. I was just talking. I did pick them to win.
They gonna win. You want to put some money on? They gonna win. They just gonna win though.
But after the game, the sensation, the craze that has swept the country this football season. Falcons owner, Mr. Arthur Blank, my former boss. Look at my dab. 73-year-old billionaires doing the dab. That's a lot of influence a dance can have. I was trying to write down dances that I remember having this kind of impact to make people start doing. I could only come up with the moonwalk. The walk. No, they was only doing that in your neighborhood.
Yeah. And can we go back to Arthur Blank dabbing real quick?
Look at my dab.
Does he not look like Count Dracula? Look at my dab. I am going to dab on you now. Yes, the children of the night dab.
And so that's probably his granddaughter who taught him right there, because I'm quite sure Mr. Blank in his castle had to be taught. Which arm, how far.
He has a liaison that comes back from the locker room every week like, this is what they on now, Mr. Blank. And he got it together, climbed out of his sarcophagus. And I will show you my dab.
Well, the gentleman that we have on the show and the gentleman that we originally brought this story from, Mr. Cam Newton, War Eagle to you. Go win that Super Bowl now that you've lost. He is I would say, the number one culprit of introducing us to the dab. After I saw him do it a couple of times, he had me calling people like, what is that Cam doing? And they told me it was dabbing.
Because you're out of touch. And everybody else was like, wow, Cam dabbed. And you were like, what that is?
Cam was seen at the post-game press conference wearing a foxtail. Can we show the picture? You have that picture of Cam and the foxtail? Cam had went on record to actually purchasing 60 tails for his teammates. Good quarterbacks, as I have appreciated in times, always give their offensive line or their offense or the full team some gift. I got gifts I have received. A couple of things, and it's it seems like it's like, why would you give people who make money something? Because it's appreciation, and you definitely want to appreciate the big five guys that's in front of you that you always see their last names, because you want to know when your line is blocking great, when all you see is their last names. If you start looking at their face, that means their man has gotten by them. So you want to be able to see his number and Cam's line, especially this year. I think that was some of his holdback.
Are the presents, do they correlate with your performance? So, like, if you have a quarterback with 0 sacks, then you might get a Rolex watch. But if he gets sacked 5 times in one game, the offensive line gets socks.
Or get nothing.
Get
nothing at all.
Get a McDonald's gift card.
But I've had some running backs now. They are the cheapest. They rush for almost 2,000 yards and come in there with a $25 Steak and Shake card. Like, man, you could have kept this. Nobody wants that. Where's the TV?
Yeah, I own 4 Steak and Shakes. Make you think I want a card from Steak and Shake.
I don't even like Steak and Shake and that flat burger. But Cam Newton and while we have Taharon Jones on the show, as I said, a.k.a. T, so we're just going to call him T, because eventually I mess around and say Taharon instead of saying his name properly. And his young son is in the studio.
TJ.
Exclusive Games Clothing says that he has dressed a lot of the stars, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, P. Diddy, which Diddy like to change wardrobes daily. So I'm quite sure that was, I don't even have to ask and know that he probably was your best. Yeah, give me 3 of those. 3 of those. You need 3 of everything.
In each color.
Yes, because as the sun rotates, I'm going to need to look different. That's Diddy. He's a wardrobe changer.
Yeah.
He's a fashion icon, too. Now,
at halftime, Diddy will go and get a whole new fit. Like, I'm got to go get my 4th quarter outfit.
And Ricky Rose, who takes off those shirts, so I don't know how much of a weapon he is. But welcome to the show, T. Good morning, T.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. The foxtail. I'm old enough. I've seen a lot of fashion come around and go. The foxtail. What did you come up with the idea?
Cam actually came up with the idea.
Really?
Yeah. What it is I make a lot of custom-made jackets with furs and leathers, mixtures, everything. And I happen to have he comes into the store. I make coats for him, and he was like, "Man, can you make me a foxtail?" And I looked at him. I said, I have a whole bag full of them. from all the furs I make. I have a big bag. I never knew what to do with them. I never knew what to do with the foxtail. So here it is today. Everyone's going foxtail crazy.
like the slaves with pig intestines. Just made something up out of them and made it a product.
Better than throwing that money in the garbage.
Hey, that's right.
That's a great use for it, though.
So you just how long have you been making clothes for Cam?
His whole career. 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he a hard person to
he's
please?
He's easy. He knows what he wants. He comes like after every game. Mm-hmm. And he comes to get something made or whatever I have sitting around, and that's it.
Now, are you, when it's a fashion mistake based on society, because Cam does come under scrutiny for some of the questionable, especially.
Yeah, are you responsible for them glittery shoes?
No, sir.
Because I was about to say, me and you going to talk after we get off the air about, bro, don't do that to him no more. Don't.
So that's what I was about to say, because, some of the things, because he's becoming an icon for his play, and he won the Heisman. Like I said, one of the few Heisman winners that went on to actually live up to the hype in carrying this team. And this season alone, he's come under scrutiny about the red velvet-looking shoes. What else he had? The leggings. At 6'5", 255, leggings just don't really. And a lot of people talk about it. And I was wondering, would you? Hey, yeah, I got that for Cam. Or when it's like, hey man, Cam. And duck away from the mistake. So you're saying those are on him?
That's on him.
Oh, okay.
I only do the fly stuff. I only do the fly.
I sold it.
Now, how demanding has it been for the
very
foxtail?
demanding. Very demanding. I'm about to go up on pricing.
Okay.
So, and how do you set the price for a leftover piece of fur? What determines that? Supply? Demand?
First, it was a variation of things.
And so one of the variables being they'll pay for that much for it.
There you go. Yeah. Well, they pay that much for it. And now that they're paying that much for it, the prices must go up.
Right. Now, my question is,
I sold all of my old ones I had sitting around.
I was just about to ask you, is the box gone?
I was just trying to get rid of it at that price.
So right now, Fox is everywhere. Like, hey, don't go out tonight. You know what I'm saying? you might end up on Cam's waist later on.
No, they're coming back home without their tail. It's like all they want is the tail now, man. They just want the tail.
For the price T giving for them, the Fox is selling their own tails now. Like, look, you can have this, bro. You can have this.
So how long have you been in the business?
10 years.
10 years you've been.
10 years since 04, 03. If that's more than 10.
Was it one of those things where you just felt like you were Mr. Fashion and I need to pass this on to others, where people would be like, "Hey man, where you get that from?" Because you dress.
That's how it was. Definitely how it was. Definitely. I started with Young Jeezy when he started his career. I was just around, just my buddy, and me being from New York and me coming to Atlanta, I met him, and it was like, "Hey, where you get this from? Where you get this from?" And then just started creating stuff, and it just got out of there.
So y'all used to trap together, and then Jeezy was like, "That's cold, cuz," and then you made some for him. I know how it go, bro.
Words in that man's mouth.
We paraphrase on this show.
And the thing, the biggest billboard you can find is an athlete billboard, because I know even things I put on, I've helped guys that make suits or something, because other big man, let's be honest, once you get over like 6'2", and once you cross over about 220, the store runs out of your size.
Yes.
And you got the money. They just don't have. It's like, hey, y'all got that? Nah,
Sports Joc walk in, I'm looking for a suit. The salesman be like, bruh, I don't know.
And I've always been like, there needs to be people out like you that can make and design stuff, because even when you would call places, they wouldn't make it. I would see a expensive Gucci jacket, and it's like, well, you think y'all, no, we are not going to cut. We're not going to make that just for one person.
Right.
Or two people. So it's like, you do know this jacket, it's $3,000. Like, yeah, I'm gonna open up for $3,000. If you can sell something for $3,000, aren't you gonna cut it? No,
That's why if you come to an exclusive game, we take care of you. We'll make you anything you want, any size. Any size.
I want a full body foxtail.
I want to know, when did you know I've arrived as a designer? Did a celebrity come to you and say, "Hey man, I've heard about you"? Was it one of those pieces that you designed that you were like, "This is going to be hot"? How did you know you had reached your potential as a designer?
Well, I'm still here, so I'm still working at my craft, so I don't even look at none of that. I just work.
Is it just men's clothing?
I make women's stuff, but mostly men. But like I said, if you came into our shop, I definitely would make you something. That's
What's the hottest seller after the foxtail?
My biker jackets, leather, custom biker jackets. That's my main biker, or any type of leather bomber. I got leather jackets with fur. Actually around the hood.
What's the turnaround on that? If I come in and
let's say if you wanted it by tomorrow, then you would have to just pay the premium price.
Okay.
So I can make it in a day.
Okay.
But that's every 1 week.
Understand.
And your location? Where
hold on, we're gonna hold him over.
Oh, okay,
we gotta go to
because I
commercial.
got a couple of questions.
We got a couple more questions. You mind holding on?
Oh, that's all good.
All right, we'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this quick break.
Don't miss the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy after the show today on Wolf AM 560 and FM 100.1 in the huddle on Dothan, Alabama's The Ball at 2 p.m. Eastern, and hear the rebroadcast of today's show at thesportsjoc.com.
Heartbreaker. Lady.
Getting your child home safely.
Tap your heels together 3 times.
Is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
Football
I want to be
stadium.
a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Oh! You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
You looked alright before. Fox on the run, you scream and everybody comes around and take a run and hide yourself away.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Tonight's action: Denver at 10-4, taking on Cincinnati at 11-3. Both of these teams are hoping and competing for home field advantage, especially with the Patriots losing yesterday in that game. So there is something on the line tonight. I'm not going to be able to say that next week. So next Sunday's games are going to be one or two of them will have some purpose. The rest will just be trying not to get hurt, I guess would be probably the way I would tell you to look at it. Before we talk to our man T from Game Exclusive Clothing, Oakland beat San Diego 23-20. Only thing in that game, Charles Woodson, last game out in Oakland. Washington on Saturday beating Philly to win the division. Kirk Cousins has decided that RG3 will not get his job back by the way he's been performing. Houston beating Tennessee 34-6 yesterday, and the Colts, who are battling with Houston to try to win that division, 18-12 over the Dolphins. When we left, we were talking about fashion, exclusive game clothing. Mr. T, Taharon Jones, tell us where your location is first and foremost.
One corner of Peachtree and Piedmont in Atlanta, Buckhead.
Okay.
3141 Piedmont Road.
Yeah, there you go. Get it all in there. What is it next to?
Men's Warehouse.
Men's Warehouse.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I know exactly where that is.
Okay. Container Store used to be.
Container Store, there you go.
Oh, okay. Got you.
There you
That's right around the block. I can go right there and get measured.
On the way to Target.
Who would you say has been the hardest person to dress? That guy that he tells you he wants this, and then every day he calls you to add or subtract something.
Rick Ross. I've been dressing Rick Ross for 10 years, but now he's really good though. But there's times where I make something so exotic, and it's just like, I don't like it. Change this to this, or maybe change the zippers out.
Okay.
Like CeeLo Goody Mob. Yesterday I made him a outfit, and it's like, well, just can you change the zippers from gold to black? But he asked me for gold. Now he wants black.
And when he saw it, he wanted to go black.
Yeah.
And you just say, okay.
Okay.
And then you hit him with them $85 zippers.
There you go. The little change fee.
The little change cancellation fee, because these are exclusive items. You just can't put them back on the
there
rack.
You go. Right.
Because CeeLo's not really shaped like a lot of guys, so that's going to have to be exclusive.
Like any guys.
Has there ever been a client that you refused to design something for?
Never. As long as you got that bread, I'm there.
I heard that.
So E.J. Johnson come falling up in there like, hey, foxtail all over, honey, and you just go into the back and whip something up for him.
As long as you got that check.
There it is.
Ready to pay that bill, I'm ready.
What is your personal style? Do you are you, when you're creating this, is it something you would wear, or are you just making what the customer?
There's half I can say half of the things I make for myself. Then I show a picture or send a picture to a couple of clients, and they may, hey, I want this color, I want that jacket in this color, or they want that same exact jacket. And the other half are my clients' ideas off of something that I've seen. Okay. So I'll give everyone credit.
Got you. There's your son. I see your son right there. Does he ever come in there with some, Dad, make me one of those when
all
he sees
the time.
you?
He wants everything.
And you get it, don't you?
Yeah. Can you imagine the swag in school? Where they like, he got on the same jacket Jeezy wear. Hold on, let me call Rick Ross real quick. Rick, you seen my dad? He with you?
Now, in the game yesterday, were you pulling between the Falcons and Carolina with Cam being
Of course I want Cam to win.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because after he win, he come buy something. So
look how all the Falcons fans look like.
Well, I'm gonna give you that. The money talks.
We need to go to commercial.
The Truth just pulled something up. Lately in the news, there have been a lot of incidents here in Atlanta of the smash and grab, and you were the victim. Your store was the victim of one of those smash and grabs. How do you prepare to prevent something like that? Or is it possible? Because for most stores, if you go into, say, a store in the mall and they steal purses, then they've got a stock of those purses that they can just pull out. With exclusive items, somebody gets the stuff that you've got in there. How long does it take you to recoup?
I get right back. I get right on the job. We're right back up and running in 24 hours. So, like, the demand, and I have to,
Right, but the merchandise is just a loss.
Oh, it's definitely a loss.
Okay,
there's nothing you can do. It took a loss, and now we put these big pillars in the front of the store, so we don't have any more of those issues.
Right.
Do you have any Falcon players that come through?
We just had one. Carr. What's his name? Carr. D-back. Got his name. Cornerback.
Defense. Yeah, some of these people don't watch football.
Cornerback.
They was totally lost when you said D-back.
He's thinking a rattlesnake.
What did he want you to make
Jimmy
for him?
Carr?
You remember what he wanted to have made?
J. Carr.
Yeah,
Jimmy
Jimmy
Carr.
Carr.
Okay, got you.
He came in. I also have stuff in our store where we sell shoes, jeans, shirts. Like we sell everything that you can think of in the store, so you can just go pick up and go.
Okay.
So he picked up a couple pairs of shoes, a custom jacket I made, different things that he sees.
Okay.
And also we dress Julio Jones before the games. He comes and his stylist comes, picks up clothing from the store for game day. So we also have that too.
Has there ever been something that you made for a client, and after you finished it, you was like, "I'm keeping this for myself"?
All the time. I'm always like that.
This is so fly.
And I go up on the price.
If you like it,
yeah.
Jeezy, this motorcycle jacket is what I was thinking about, but how about this windbreaker? This windbreaker fire though. Look at it.
There's times for me and Jeezy we're the same size, so there's times I make him stuff, and after you wear it, I try to buy it back from him. He won't give it back. He never gets his stuff back. I'm talking this stuff from 2-3 years ago. He never will give it back.
Are there ever times when, because of them being exclusive one-off pieces, has there ever been a time where a celebrity client saw another celebrity client with something and was like, "I want one of those," and you were like, "I can't make that for you because..."
Yeah, that just happened with T.I. and 2 Chainz. It was really bad.
Oh, so tell us what happened. Come on.
Who had what? Who wanted it?
Well, the story was Chris Brown. It's deep. See,
that's the kind of stuff we like. Tell us about it.
Well, basically, there's a jacket that I had made that was supposed to be for Nas that T.I. wanted, but the Chris Brown wound up wearing it on tour, and then I remade it again just to make it. And then T.I. was just in the store during Christmas. It's like, "Hey, I want this jacket," but 2 Chainz was on the phone for his Christmas concert, so he's just like, "Do not sell the jacket." So I was in between the two. So I made it where I just gave it to T.I. since he wanted it first.
He was in the store too.
Yeah, he was in the store. So,
right.
And what did 2 Chainz?
Whatever you
So what did you end up doing for 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz.
I told him. I told him I'll make him on a different color, make it more exclusive.
Okay, and he was cool with that.
Yeah, sort of. He's kind of mad, but
because a lot of these people are used to having all of their needs catered to.
Exactly.
So to have to tell them no, do you think that will affect your business? Because the same way a celebrity can put on one of your pieces and people come to your store and buy it, they can also go on social media and things like that and say, "Don't shop here." Has that ever happened where someone
not
got
at
upset?
all.
Okay.
Not at all. I have good clients. They're all friends of mine, and it works out pretty good.
He said he doesn't tell them no. He just says not now.
Right, not right now.
But there's times I do them favors as well, where I will sell someone else's coat. I'm not gonna say names, but just they know what I'm talking about.
Right. Somewhere Nas is cold right now. It's like, so that's what happened. No.
He told me it was out of stock.
He's shivering somewhere in Queens, like, no.
No, the only reason he didn't get it wasn't approved for. He was supposed to wear it for All-Star Weekend last year.
Okay.
But they didn't approve all the patches on it for TV because he performed So then I wound up taking the jacket, and then once I got back to Atlanta, Chris wound up snatching it. So it worked out in his favor.
I want to see some of those unapproved patches.
That was leading into my next question. I remember a couple, because you said Rick Ross. I know maybe like 3 years ago, either Gucci or Louis Vuitton had sent out a note to him not to wear items with a Louis print that was not of their making. Because I think he was on maybe the cover of Double XL or something, and he was in this, and it's like, we're getting calls about something that you're wearing that we don't make.
Right.
Do you make things like
that?
Yes,
I do. I mean, I do, and then there was also MCM. I made a couple jackets for Puff Daddy, for a lot of people who wear the custom-made MCM jackets, but MCM put it on their site of them wearing my coats. So it's just like, give and take.
So no bad recourse as a result of that from them?
Not for MCM.
Has anyone ever tried to replicate your designs and sell it to other people?
All the time.
How do you handle something like that? Is that a court issue or?
No, it's just something that
he just told you, them people, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a court issue or does somebody show up be like, hey, cuz you ain't gonna be able to wear that right there, and they be like, okay, we sorry.
But he's doing the same thing with MCM, so.
Well, MCM's gonna send Feinstein, Birkenstein, and Bosch to handle that in court, but
we appreciate you coming on, man.
Okay.
And I got to come up there. I didn't know there was a. Is this right over there by the barbershop?
That's right.
With a little barbershop in the corner.
Were you opening a new location, another location anytime soon?
Yeah, LA.
Oh,
hey, before you go, I need to know for brothers like myself, you got anything $18?
Yeah, we do actually.
Okay, I'll be over there to get a coin purse later. That's
before the price goes up.
Exclusive Game Clothing, the corner of Piedmont and Peachtree, right over by Men's Warehouse. There's a barber shop, so you can get a cut. You can go to a little ice jewelry place.
Icebox jewelry.
Icebox jewelry. See, I'm right there now. I know how to get there.
He said he got custom jackets for the whole crew.
Oh, do we?
Thank you, John.
Thank you. No. Christmas was Friday. We on to a whole nother thing. Appreciate you, T, for coming in, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you all.
All right.
We make love, baby, we make magic. Come home with a thug, let's get cracking. Always well, baby, cause it happen. She leave the back seat, just a freak in the Magnum. Hopped out the Magnum, hopped in the tray, just to let the top.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? This is Gwen speaking for Rad. Give up the keys, choose a designated driver. Music lives, so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who? Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck for Dave 2037 so he can buy anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman. Where are you getting Steve 2037?
Steve 2037 will be just fine.
Well, okay, but don't expect to borrow my anti-gravity boots.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Oh! You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. Soul getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
I'm David Oyelowo, and I will not be news today. I will not merchandise my success with a variety of easy-to-pronounce products and services like David Oyelowo's olive oils, Oyelowo's royal oleo, or even Oyelowo's yellow oboes. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, sitting here with the funny man himself, Big Kenny, and the Truth, who's fixing her makeup for our finish the show. You know, women and mirrors, they just go hand in hand. We'd like to thank our man from Exclusive Game Clothing, designer and owner, Tahiron Jones, for coming on. Great guest. Ricky Rose want everything changed, so you can go to Wingstop. He wants something grease-free. Repel grease dripping on him. 2 Chainz and all the rest of the guys shopping up there. Cam Newton, very funny when he said Julio's stylist
comes in
through.
And he said to get things for game day.
For game day.
Now, is that important to have on an exclusive piece for the post-game interview, for the walk into the locker room before the game? Because, you know, especially with athletes, before the games, they always do them walking down the tunnel. Is that a concern?
Well, game day is kind of like the Oscars. Okay. You might have, it's a one where you're never going to see me in this again type event. I mean, I'm just giving it to you now. I'm never going to wear this jacket again sometimes. And, you know, on the road, when I was in the league, you had to wear suits, and at home you could wear what you wanted. So it gave you that chance to be that dual threat, that I can be, you know, casket clean on the road game, but I could be that Biggie Small cool.
Be dope boy fresh for the home game.
I could be Biggie Small cool at home games, and that's how guys are. I mean, it's a thing, and sometimes, you know, playing for the Falcons, it was less exposure because where the parking was, you didn't really see the fan. It was in the parking structure. But when I was in Pittsburgh or New Orleans, St. Louis, you got to really, you got you 100 yards.
It was a runway.
You know, coming in and out, and nothing was better when you left in it, especially if you won.
Right.
Because you made that statement. So I can see why guys. And that's why a lot of guys take fashion risks. They're just trying to one-up the other person. You probably wouldn't even catch that person in that same outfit.
You guys have, like, best dress awards or anything like that on any of the teams you on?
Yeah, when I was with the Steelers, I won the best dress award. It was
nobody wore sweats and a T-shirt quite like that.
Nah, these was in my clean day.
That's when you cared about fashion.
Yeah, this is my old time retired. But when I was played, I used to be. I got a closet full of clothes now I'm trying to give away because I don't wear them like that anymore.
And what size? I'm sure we have listeners.
And nobody homeless is that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could use this as a shelter. That's what I'm going to use this jacket for.
Me, Cordell, Stewart, Jerome Bettis, Dwayne Washington, and the defensive lineman, Kevin Henry. We had a season-long dress contest.
A battle.
And at the end, you voted for who blindly. You couldn't vote for yourself. You just got, each week you had to vote for a person. We just kept it. Then we tallied it all at the end.
And at the beginning of the season, Cordell was like, I'm finna give life, hunting. I'm finna give life.
I don't think that's
serve.
And you got the wrong player.
And at the end, I won the contest. And yeah, because
What's the award? What do you get when you
it was
win?
money. It was everybody put. I won't say the amount of
Why
money.
not?
Everybody put money in, and that's who all the money went to, the winner.
Because that kind of money offends people. When we're betting more money than most people make in a year on which one of us wears the most expensive clothes, it really sort of makes other people wonder, what did I do with my life?
And Hines Ward, what is involved in that?
No, Hines Ward hadn't become Hines Ward yet.
Oh.
Hines Ward was just Hines Ward. And then, once that Super Bowl and that's when he really catapulted to another, where he started.
And started
he was
caring
young.
about what he wore.
Yeah, when I first got to the Steelers, I think Hines was in year 2. So he hadn't really even.
He hadn't transformed into the Asian invasion quite yet.
The Chinaman.
So, but we like to thank T. Herron for coming on. I got to go by that store, see some of the items he has. Because I've always been looking for somebody that works with leather, because that is the one product, if you're a larger size man, they just make you that same 1978 John
It's
Candy
the dad coat. It looks like
leather
everybody's
jacket.
father.
That shaft jacket.
It's like, bruh, y'all got like every other size got like 10 different looks. Why do you keep offering me this same 30-year-old classic? I don't want the classic. Can I get a zipper somewhere? And they just don't do that once you step out of a certain and it's for you people out there, I'm not saying any of that. Don't feel sorry for me at all. I always walked in, they never had a 14. It's always, well, we got it in this shoe though. And it's like, yeah, nobody want that foot joy.
Easy walk.
we got the diabetic boot in the 14. With athletes, is it a little different? I know in entertainment, a lot of people will comp us clothing, but they want you to at some point mention from the stage or mention during the production who gave you this piece. You rarely hear athletes having to shout out their designers. How do they get their promotion from it? Just everybody knows, or somebody puts it out in advertisement? Because
I put you in an arena to where there's everybody's like you.
Okay.
Everybody's in some type of it's at least half the team, regardless of size, are having to get things made because of the way their bodies are shaped. You can have a 240-pound running back that's legs are bigger than mine, right, because we're all built different because of what we do.
Right.
So it wasn't just always because you're so big, as much as it is that
the right fit.
You got a 32 waist, but you got 24-inch arms. So where do I buy? Well, I can put a bicep in a sleeve.
Right.
You're gonna have to get that fixed. You're gonna have to, I got a 22-inch neck, but I'm on a XL body. So I'm sitting here with a neck this wide, and then my body is this wide. They don't sell that at the store, man. You either gonna buy something and have to get it altered, or you're gonna actually have to get it made, and that's just the nature of the business. And because I always knew Jamal Lewis, the famous running back for the Ravens, he was only 250, but his legs were almost twice the size of mine. That's where his weight was. Or you see one of those guys with those big butts.
Right.
Well, the waist is in here, but the butt is out here. So you're not going to be able to fit that. You got to get something custom made. So
a body shaper.
But it was neat how he said, because I think that's how a lot of things get started. It was just a box of something sitting back there, and you start making money on something that was not even, you just repurposed. I know that's how Kingford charcoal got started. It was the byproducts of tires being made or something. When Ford was making tires, and the byproduct was
that's
coal.
some random knowledge I don't know.
It was one of those kind of situations, and the Ford guy, because the Kingford guy had married the Ford guy's daughter, and he said, "Well, I'll take that stuff," and he made charcoal out of it. Made the charcoal.
That's how I went in business. I was like, Uncle, what you gonna do with all this shaking? He was like, I don't know, and I was like, I take it.
The byproduct of oil was gas. They didn't know what they were going to do with gas. They was making the oil because lamps and all that stuff ran on oil. They learned that this other stuff that they were trying to bury was flammable, and we should do something with it. So next thing you know, gasoline.
Viagra is a byproduct of a heart medication.
Exactly.
That they were making to keep people from having heart attacks, and now
people are having heart attacks because of Viagra.
Make sure you're healthy enough.
I like that.
You said Jared was on the line. Jared, are you there? Jared? He must have hung up.
Can you hear me?
Jared, good morning to you.
Dang, he didn't hang up.
Happy holidays.
And Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, all that. Festivus.
Okay, you sad, or was your holidays good?
No, I was down there, down south with y'all in South Carolina.
Down south with us, with South Carolina. Oh, people always think that South Carolina and the rest of the South are the same.
But they just call it below the Mason-Dixon line. All of y'all below the Mason-Dixon line.
What are you doing in South Carolina? Because I know you don't have relatives that would be in that state.
In-laws.
Oh, see how he threw it off on the in-laws, because he's too proper to be from one of these southern regions.
But he got him one of them good girls that can cook and clean and don't mind you going out on the weekend.
So, Jared, how do you feel about Charles Woodson retiring?
It's due. Like you said, he had a good year this year, but the reason why he hasn't had a farewell tour like Kobe is because he just announced it last week.
Yeah, but I think that's what football. I don't know if do you remember a football player that did some kind of farewell tour?
Nah, not really. Just Elway when he walked away the game after the Super Bowl.
Right. Even Jerome Bettis, who's probably one of the more storied retirees as of late, didn't have one of those. I mean, they showed him love and, maybe announced him and he waved, but there was no press conference and, fireworks and all of that.
Yeah, I think Kobe did that for that purpose, to get that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type treatment. But your Raiders, go ahead.
To sum up the year, I know you said a couple weeks ago we're like a year away. So we could possibly finish 8-8 this year if we beat the Chiefs. So next year, do you see a wild card bid or possibly challenging for the division?
I think that you finally have a quarterback, and that's probably the best thing the Raiders have had in a long time, of that position being solidified. And with the receivers you have, ending on 8-8, Peyton retiring, Phillip Rivers probably leaving San Diego, Raiders playoffs next year.
Sorry about the Christmas card too with the glitter. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that was you. I just didn't want to call your name. That's why. We'll be back.
But we knew.
We all knew.
We'll be back more on the Sports Joc Show in just a second. Thank you, Jared, for calling in.
Bullets start chasing. I begin to stop.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff. But still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? This is Gwen speaking for Rad. Give up the keys, choose a designated driver. Music lives, so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for
Wayne Gandy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Show me.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah. You won't break me down, I've come so far, yeah, I've come so far, yeah. So just throw in the towel, it's a new day, I'ma do it, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. It is 11 o'clock. We are here to noon. First and foremost, I'd like to let you people know, no, I haven't seen the movie Concussion. I don't know why, because y'all, what y'all thought because it was a football movie, I was just going to run out and watch it. I mean, you saw it, oh, I'm so sorry. That's what y'all go through. I don't see it for me. See it for you. I don't know what does that have to do with me? I mean, wow. Everybody, you saw concussions. What was that? Like something I was supposed to be so excited about seeing? If you live something, do you need to rush out and see it? Like, what was I supposed to do? Be in awe? I keep asking you people, why are you in such awe that in a sport like football, you can get injured? Why is that so surprising? I'm lost. I still don't get why y'all are so intrigued that, if you play football, you can stop remembering stuff. Yeah. That, we hit each other across the head. It's not a surprising thing. So let it go, people. I don't know what it is that is so attractive about that storyline. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. And don't believe half the people that tell you they regret doing it. With the same information, they would have still done it. There's a lot of things that people are very aware they're doing and what it's doing to them, and that doesn't stop them from doing it. So sports falls right in line with that. I don't know why that wife that's cheating on her husband right now, she knows she's wrong. But she's going to go right back over there next Wednesday when you go to work. There it is. You act like everybody's blind to the fact of what wrong is. No. Come on. So leave me alone about this concussion movie. It's not that intriguing to see. Well, y'all run into traffic. I ain't ran nowhere. That's what them people did. I don't want to drive off the bridge and shoot myself. That's Junior Seau. All of us are not linked. And all of us don't have concussions. And as I said, do more research and tell me about the people that were abusing alcohol, who halfway was retarded anyway. Can you say retarded? Is that politically wrong? You can't say it? It is in the dictionary, but you can't say it? Oh.
It's just funny.
Some of them only have a 7th grade education playing major league ball places. Y'all, I don't know. Leave me alone with this movie, though. Me and Will Smith ain't got nothing to do. I like Independence Day, Will Smith. I like the other movies. I don't know. Everybody, Concussion. You saw Concussion? You saw it? I was there at midnight showing. don't even intrigue me like that. I was about to go see The Force Awakens again. I mean, I don't know. Can you remember? Yeah. I remember you owe me money. How about that? You seem to be on forgot, though. Maybe you need to check your memory that you ain't paid me my money. But you want to see if I remember. You obviously don't remember, but that's all. But they made it seem like it is this stay up in line at midnight and wait. It's just concussion. I'm quite sure I'm a movie geek, so I will see it. But it wasn't like on my must-to-do list. I'm not excited. I'm excited about the Superman Batman movie. So next fall or things like that. But I'm not. I'd rather go see Point Break. I'm not all about concussion because I had concussion. The NFL was trying to hide it. No, they were not. Well, they gave y'all shots. Yes. Yes. I asked for it. I actually went in the office and asked. They were not sitting at my locker and tied me down and forced me to take a shot. I don't want to be in pain, and I want to keep playing. Whatever I did to Wayne, I did to Wayne. I did it. And I live with it every day. So don't cry for me and keep watching these movies and all of a sudden I want to change her. I chose just like the rest of them. They just crying because they want more money. Ain't shit wrong with them.
I don't think you can say that. That was that CTE.
No, that's just my anger because I'm so tired of people in this concussion movie. Because they keep thinking all of us are not the same. I had a father who got buried a couple of months ago. He got dementia at 58. He had never seen a football field. Just like some of you have parents. Everybody ain't going crazy. Go and look into those people's lives. And then come back and tell me why they don't went half crazy. Oh, y'all don't want it because it ain't joking funny because now when it's jokes and funny, everybody want to join in. But when it's a serious moment of that, people aren't just crazy become the one thing. There's other factors. And half of the people that are crazy, I knew they was crazy then. So let it roll. Now let's get back to the show. How about that? Big Kenny, true?
So when you going to see the movie?
I don't know.
Actually,
I just want to be there.
That was a passionate diatribe there, Sports Joc. But you don't remember we went to see the opening again?
No, I didn't go see it.
You don't remember me and you, and then after that we went and got a steak, and you was all like, "Big Kenny, you gonna eat a steak?"
I remember Will Smith trying to act like he African.
Dr. Amadou, Dr. Amadou.
Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth.
Tell them the truth.
Yeah, I would have remembered that.
I can't wait.
I would have go see it.
No, I can't wait for you to go.
Man, I'll be in there by myself by the time I go. I'm about as interested in seeing Concussion. It'd probably be on DVD. It didn't look like nothing that was arousing.
Okay, so
hey, Sports Joc, you know they don't make them anymore. Those DVDs. Everything is streaming now.
No, I buy them every Tuesday. DVDs
at the custom DVD shop. It's a dude like an exclusive play. He just in the back. What you want to see?
I'm gonna buy them until they stop selling.
Give him a Titanic. We need 2 Titanics.
No, I buy them at Best Buy.
Oh, okay. So look,
I'm gonna buy them until they stop selling them.
You got Blu-ray?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the feel of it. It helps me remember. It triggers the moment for me to go watch it. Something just being. I got a lot of stuff that's on everything, but I can't remember it because I don't never see it. So it never makes me think, oh, you know what? I want to see that again.
It's like a book. Like I don't do books online. I've got to have a book. I need pages to turn and put it away. I get it.
I don't watch porn sites because it's just takes away. It takes away from the whole, experience. So I go straight to the set and watch. I just sit there on set.
I tell you. So that's it. 12 Days of Christmas. We did this last year, real quick. Just in case for you people that remember that, I don't think that's a new age thing. But the 12 days, Big Kenny, Truth. If you did the 12, the drummers drumming, pipers piping, lords are leaping, ladies dancing, maids are milking, swans are swimming, geese and laying, gold rings, calling birds, French hens, turtle doves, and the partridge in the pear tree. Today, in today's economy, would be $34,130.99.
And 30,000 of that is the maids milking. You know what I'm saying? That's at a premium. That's what happened to Lamar Odom. He was like, "Oh, can I get some maids of milking?" And they were like, "Okay, it's gonna be about
that was
80 G."
$24,000, right?
The drummers drumming would cost you $2,800. The pipers piping would cost you $2,600.
That's a lot of
How
pipe.
much are the
That's a lot to
5,000
go in a
rings?
pipe. 2,600.
The lords of leaping is $5,500.
Hey.
The ladies dancing $7,500.
Twerk.
The maids of milking are only $58. I don't even know what maids milking is.
That's special. That's special for you. We give you massage. Then maids of milking. Yes.
Seven swans swimming, $13,000.
That's the fine for hunting swans.
Geese are laying $360. The golden rings only $750.
10-karat gold.
Calling birds $599. Well, $599. The French hens $181. 2 turtle doves would cost you $290, and that one partridge in a pear tree $215. So those are your 12 days of Christmas.
Which is the most expensive on that item again?
The most expensive on here is the ladies dancing, $7,500.
That's making it rain.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. The swans are swimming.
And that doesn't make sense.
It's $13,000. I don't know what swans are swimming.
How many of them is it again? How many of the swans?
It's 7 swans are swimming.
Well, I guess that's expensive because you got to have a pond to go along with the swans for them to be able to swim. You can't just have them in the front yard and they swim. You got to buy the water and all of that.
Okay. So, grand total to do the 12 days of Christmas today, $34,131 basically.
Which is why we limit Christmas to just one day.
I don't know what swans. I don't know what milks are made and what that is.
Google that.
It's special we have for you after you get massage. Maids can come and do a milking for you.
We'll be back more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't miss the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy after the show today on Wolf AM 560 and FM 100.1 in the huddle on Dothan, Alabama's The Ball at 2 p.m. Eastern.
My tweets, my Facebook friends, odds are fewer than 6 degrees separate us. We're that close. What's crazy is 1 in 6 don't know where their next meal is coming from. These are your co-workers, your neighbors, your friends. Hunger's too close for us to ignore. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank to see how you can make a difference. From one close friend to another, let's do this. I'm 50 Cent, and together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
¿Sabes una cosa, papá? Nunca olvidaré ese día. El miedo en mi garganta, la tensión en mis manos y la emoción que sentía hasta que me caí de esa bici. Lo que más recuerdo es cuando me abrazaste y el dolor se me quitó. Gracias, papá.
Nunca se sabe cuáles recuerdos son para siempre. Toma el tiempo y hoy sé un buen papá. Para información marca el 1877-432-3411 o visítanos en www.fatherhood.gov.
Mensaje del Departamento de Salud y Servicios Humanos de los Estados Unidos y el Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
You must be your fairy godmother?
Cinderella's dream comes true because the glass slipper fits.
It fits!
In our world, the right fit can be just as important, especially when it comes to car seats. Always choose a car seat that's the right fit for your child's age and size to make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely every time.
Hop in, dear.
Thank you. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. This message has been brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive.
I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Birthdays for last week. Ryan Seacrest, 41. Lee Daniels, 56. Diane Sawyer, 70. Wow. Nick Chubb of the University of Georgia, 20. James Blake, 36. I can't wait to see how that settlement ends. Remember James Blake, the tennis player? Mm-hmm. That they jumped in front of the...
You mean the mayor of New York, James Blake? That guy? Governor of New York?
Big Tigger, 43. Adam Vinatieri, 43 as well. Ozzie Smith, the great card, 61. Eric Gordon, 27. Jimmy Buffett, 69. Demaryius Thomas, 28. Ricky Henderson, the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, 57. Gail King, 61. Get it? Is that a get it? The bank account, yeah. Oh, the bank account.
Gail could get it on some 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? If she was just an administrative assistant.
John Legend, 37. James Amos, 76.
Florida 9.
Carlson Palmer of the Cardinals, 36. Denzel Washington, 61.
Oh, you.
Two Live Crew, Luther Campbell, 55.
Don't stop, get it, get it.
And the man who basically will never die, Stan Lee, 93 years old.
How do you think he knows so much about superheroes?
We did have a couple of tragedies that happened last week. One was the safety from New Mexico, young kid. Single car accident, only 20 years old. Markel Bird passed away, headed to practice or headed back to school from break. His girlfriend and him both were thrown from the car. She's still in critical condition, but he passed away. Earlier today, we got a report that Meadowlark Lemon, the Globetrotter great, passed away, 83 years old. All the memories of the Globetrotters. I don't know if there was a bigger name other than him and Curly Neal. Anybody know a bigger name of the other group?
They were the biggest in real life. They were the biggest in the cartoon. Just they were some iconic characters.
They made the ball talk. Well done.
Yeah, 83 years old. Meadowlark Lemon, the Globetrotters moved their headquarters here this year.
Right.
If I remember, from Arizona. So they are still touring all these years later.
And just that name, Meadowlark.
Meadowlark.
That's an iconic name, Meadowlark.
Yeah, you won't forget that.
He was born Meadow Lemon the Third.
Meadow Lemon the Third. Isn't that something? Was his middle name Lark? You just linked it all together.
I don't know if he just added that on there yet, but I don't know. Meadow Lemon.
He old enough where they don't even give middle names when you're 83. You know, back then it was
back when he was born, they just called him son.
That cost money to add a name.
Right, male child. That's what his name was.
Meadowlark Lemon passing away, and Dave Henderson, the pitcher for the A's back in the day, passed away of a heart attack. 57 years old. Wow. Dave Henderson passed away last week. So those are the birthdays and the passing. None more tragic than the 20-year-old dying in Markel Bird, the car accident.
Dave Henderson was one of those pioneering African-American pitchers, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Like before people like him came along, we didn't pitch.
Right.
Sort of like Doug Williams was for the quarterback.
Yeah, we didn't get that much fame as when he was pitching. And then guys like Dwight Gooden came on, ended up on the cocaine train, but it did come along.
The cocaine train. He was Amtrak of cocaine. He was coast to coast, sleeper car, dinner car. He was the whole
conductor of the train.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar had him on speed.
Let's finish up the NFL with our guest in Taharon Jones. We didn't get to really hit on it much. Green Bay getting destroyed. Big Kenny Truth last night, 38-8. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers just did not look
Aaron Rodgers-y.
Yeah, he looked like some other Keith Rogers or some other Rogers, just not Aaron Rodgers.
Buck Rogers.
38-8. This game was never. It was 31-0 at one point. I turned to something else.
I usually try and stay up because we get here relatively early. I mean, for me, it's relatively early on Mondays, and I try and stay up anyway to watch the games because they're usually exciting games. Last night, I got a full 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? About the third quarter, I was like, you know what? I could go. I can guess how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, 38-0, and as I said, it was 31-0 at one point. 38-8. Final score. It was 31-0 at one point. St. Louis. The Rams going to Seattle, I think in a surprise, basically based on the weather, winning 23-17 over the Seahawks. The Seahawks are in the playoffs. Not much to play for, but you do want to, especially you going in as a wild card. I think right now, if the playoffs start, Seattle will travel to Washington the first week of the playoffs, which is in 2 weeks. Regular season for other NFL players is coming this Sunday. Will be the last game. I think, if I want to remember, this will be the last Monday night game. I don't think they play Monday nights. I think everybody ends on Sunday. But don't hold me to that, but I'm quite sure that's how it works in the last week. Baltimore surprising Pittsburgh, winning 20-17. Antonio Brown, their superstar, did take his former high school players out to see that concussion movie. I think the backdrop of the movie is Pittsburgh, from what I see. So I'm quite sure they probably had. I think this was a private showing that actually happened Wednesday before the release. That's Antonio Brown in the middle. That's how small he is, that they got to put a picture on him. Right. But he don't play that small on the field. He played like he's 7 feet tall because he is, if not the best receiver in the league, one of the top 2 or 3. Atlanta, as I said, beat Carolina. Tampa Bay losing to Chicago. Nothing important in that game at all. Same with the Saints beating the Jags 38-27. And a big surprise last afternoon, the way that Minnesota handled the Giants, 49-17. For you that are not familiar with the Giants, they were missing their number 1 target in Odell Beckham Jr., who had been suspended for a week for his antics against Carolina. Buffalo beat Dallas 16-6. I'm kind of going through this because half the games that happened yesterday had no significance because it's playoff time, so very little games even had some of the starters missing in some of these games. Detroit beat San Francisco 32-17. And probably in the biggest surprise of yesterday, the Jets!
Jets! You know I was waiting.
I knew you
were waiting.
I was. Thank you for saving that for last.
You had me saying Jets. I'm watching the game.
We didn't just win. We beat Pretty Tom, baby.
The Jets winning 26-20 in a good game. Went it to overtime.
Played like grown men yesterday.
Yes, indeed. Brandon Marshall must have been on his good meds yesterday, having a great game. Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing the ball, threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tom Brady wasn't shabby in the game.
No. Which made it a better win to savor. It would have been different if they'd have came out there with 0 starters and won. But against Tom, playing like Tom, they still won.
The Jets are now 10-5. The Patriots are 12-3, needing to win their last game to have home field advantage through the playoffs. The Jets need to win their last game to keep the Steelers out of the playoffs. So there'll be a couple of games this Sunday that have significance.
I hope Jarrett's still listening.
The biggest thing in this game in overtime to start it, Patriots won the toss. My good friend Jackie Slater, his son Matthew, came under scrutiny as though Matthew can decide. Matthew gets told what to tell the ref when he goes out. So you people that don't know how the coin toss works, because I know some of you you have these ideas that we're just out there doing what we want to do. You two are the captains, or you three are the captains. The special team coach comes and tells you which direction to kick the ball based on where he wants to kick at the end of the game or where he thinks the weather is going to take the ball. The head coach comes to tell you if we win the toss, we want to accept the ball, or we win the toss, we want to defer the ball. I don't get to choose anything as the captain except heads or tail. That's all I get to call it. After that, I've already been told what to do. Coach said, we win the toss, we want the ball. If we win the ball, they get to tell me which direction. I don't get to get the ball and tell them which direction. If they win the toss, they say whether they want the ball or not, and then I get to tell them which direction, because the special team coach told me. So
you're not out there like, we want to receive. Hey, are we gonna receive the ball? we want to defer, bro. Don't listen to him. He just the coach. What we gonna do?
Yes. And out of the 3, one of us talks. The other 2 are just out there. Really, you can just send one person. They just usually send an offense, a defense, and a special teamer. That's just because those are the 3 facets of the game. But for you people that's not really sharp on football, you don't just go out there and wing it like you getting to determine what's going on. That's not your.
That's worth saying. I like that. Thank you.
As we are walking, we decide which one of us is going to call the coin.
Talk?
Right. Now, based on the group, you already know who's going to call. So if it's Tom Brady and them other 2 guys,
because nobody
you already know who's calling them.
They're not going to refer to the guy. I want hands, coach. I think we should defer the ball. Oh my goodness, Tom, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I never get to talk. It's a conspiracy.
So we don't even question who's calling as we walking. We just walk. Because Tom in the group today, so that's it. But we're going to go to break. We come back. More of the Sports Joc Show. We'll be in the scoreboard. Bowl season is back. They took 24 hours off.
Anyone, that is the luck you crave. They don't believe it now.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
Go Caleb! Come on, head a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious. Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh. Didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
It's time for the scoreboard, where we put a spin on life and sports and how they intermingle. On the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy, sitting here with the funny man Big Kenny and the truth Miss Renee Jemison. We just finished up the NFL report. A couple of news and notes about college football. Georgia State here locally won the bid for Turner Field, the TED. They're going to build their, it's a $300 million project that includes a stadium, housing, and retail shops. So basically, the city used Georgia State to implement a plan that they wanted to implement years ago that the Braves kept blocking. For you people that don't know, they have been wanting to turn that parking lot adjacent to the stadium into a little mini shop and movie cathedral. And they found a way to build a small stadium for Georgia State and get what they want.
Because with Georgia State attendance, what's the size of the stadium? Like 18? Like it would be like 19 people in the stands, and that'll be a sellout. We've got overflow capacity today. 27 people.
And I think they also wanted more control of the stadium because when Blank gets his cathedral in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they're not going to have as much say-so of what they want to host there as they have with the Georgia Dome. That's why Blank built the stadium. Remember, he was renting the Georgia Dome, in a sense, for his team to play as the Falcons. This stadium he actually owns.
And he was like, no one will play in my stadium if I do not want them to.
So you'll see things like the high school state championship.
Will be at Georgia State.
You'll start seeing that. You'll be like, oh, okay, no, they're hosting it there because.
And they'll have way more people than Georgia State.
Every sport has more people.
In a funny incident, Mr. Blank, who I said did the dab, and he owns the Falcons. He owns the Atlanta United. They
Home Depot.
They named the stadium the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then last week, Blank named the CEO of Mercedes-Benz America to run his financial empire? The man that gave you the right
That's
to
just a
name
coincidence.
Oh, okay. That's what you call a coincidence. I was always wondering what that meant
Yeah, that was
when they
just a
said that,
coincidence.
Big Kenny.
The two are not related.
Coincidence. That's a French word for collusion. That's what that is.
Not illegal.
It's just so funny how that worked out. Right after the naming rights, the actual guy that probably wrote off on the naming rights manages your empire. So you can retire, and he's going to run the day-to-day Mr. Blank empire over at the new Mercedes-Benz.
And in related news, Arthur Blank's niece just became the new CEO of Mercedes-Benz. Wow, all of these coinkadinks.
And for you people out there, just to let you know, street gangs are changing their criminal empire. They say a decrease in snatching grabs and home robberies and things like that have been going down. Street gangs have turned to white-collar crimes, identity theft, credit card fraud, and choosing different crimes like that have less sentencing to go along with them than the drug trade and armed robbery. So watch out for your credit card out there.
It's been reported. There used to be a time when white collar crime, the people who were convicted went off to federal prisons, and they called them basically prison resorts because they weren't as dangerous. They were minimum security. Now, because of street gangs and drug cartels going into the white collar crimes, federal prisons have become much more dangerous because hardened criminals now are getting these fed sentences.
So those people in there on taxi
right.
are now scared.
So all of the dudes with the Ponzi schemes are getting shaken down and all of those things because these guys that's their wheelhouse. They know extortion and they know violence. So now that's coming to the federal prison system in ways they've never seen. So now they're having to increase the number of supermax prisons where they don't allow the prisoners to even interact with one another.
Is the food better at Supermax than regular Max?
I've always been acquitted, Sports. So, all my charges get dismissed, brother, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that. Now, I can tell you what it's like before you make bond. but generally, that's only one meal. Yeah, I only get to assess one meal of the day with that. Yeah, I'm Mr. In and Out, sir. I wouldn't know. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. God is good, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
All the time.
He will. Won't he do it? Nothing like expert legal representation, sir.
College bowl season is still going. For you people that did not know, it started on December the 19th. They are 19 bowls in. They have 21 bowls to go tonight or today. The Military Bowl at 1:30 and the Quick Lane Bowl up in Detroit at 4 o'clock. And as I said, it's just 21 more bowls. They'll be running to January the 11th. So we've got a couple more shows to talk about the
bowl season. Reminds me of that night you just stay way too long at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like, another one coming out, bro. Let's go. We've been here all day. Yeah, I'm just tired of it now. No more naked, please. Put them away, man.
Aversion therapy.
Oh, so there's 21 more to go. 2 today, 4 tomorrow, 4 Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, 5 on Friday, 4 on Saturday, and then they take 2 weeks off, and then they have the championship game.
4 on Saturday, 3 on Monday, and a partridge in a pear. Wow.
And that's what I was saying when it started, that to me, if you're going to have a playoff system to really feel like you got the best game out of those 4, you have to let it continue. But now you're matching these teams up, so when they even play the semifinal games on the 2nd, you're talking about a month, and then they're going to play one game to get to the finals, then you're going to give them 9 days off before they play the final. It's like that's a lot of assortment and a lot of things that can happen. Kids getting in trouble. Half of them is worried about their draft status instead of winning a bowl game. That's just a lot of stuff going on. When my last game was December 2nd. So I got a month, then I play a game, then I got 9 days. It's just...
Nick Saban spoke out on that, how he said that he didn't appreciate them releasing the draft predictions right before bowl season because it distracts the players, it distracts the team, the fans are distracted, and these guys are now worried about their professional careers.
Right.
You know, you've been predicted to go number 3 in the first round. I'm not finna
hurt my
pull
ankle.
anything, right? I'm not finna be Todd Gurley because not everybody can be a Todd Gurley. You understand? So a lot of them are out there pulling punches, so to speak, and he was just speaking out against it very vehemently last week.
Yeah, it's just I've always, once they started playoffs, all the other playoff systems continue. College football is the only playoff system that actually waits a month. So when you watch high school, they just keep playing. NBA keeps playing. Major League Baseball keep playing.
Keep my interest.
Hockey keeps playing. College football, we're going to take a month off, and then we'll kick back off in January. That just makes
you got to get a kid's time to smoke some weed and do some breaking and entering and make some bad life choices. Yeah, they got to have time to do that. Kids will be kids.
Speaking of kids and bad life choices, and Aaron Hernandez was in court again last week. Vic Kenny brought this to me this morning. I know he has fresh ink. If you don't remember this case, because I know the mediocre producer will bring this up Wednesday. You know, you didn't really let the people know what Aaron Hernandez. You just
Nobody knows who he is.
You just said his name like people really know. Aaron Hernandez was a tight end for the Patriots.
Yeah, for all of you who forgot the Pro Bowler who committed murder,
get out from under
and got life in prison.
Who went out one night and with a couple of friends, one including his girlfriend's sister's boyfriend, Odin Lloyd, came back home.
That's a lot. His girlfriend's sister's boyfriend.
But came home alone. No Odin.
4 of us went out, 3 of us came back.
You know the rest of the story.
That's the bad ride. When 3 of us leave, 2 of us come back. People don't even ask questions anymore. They just kind of know.
After a long, exhausting investigation, they convicted Aaron Hernandez of, I think, 25 when he got convicted, so he should be about 26 now,
26, yeah.
of murdering Odin Lloyd. Even though they really didn't have no witness, I don't even think they found a gun, did they? So it's just kind of one of those OJ situations. And he's doing life in prison, and that was him last week back in court with some new fresh ink. What does this ink say right there, Big Kenny?
It's a 5-point star. I can't really see what's written on it, but 5-point star is always been associated with the Bloods, and so...
well, the lifetime was
he's got loyalty or a lifetime of loyalty or something like that on his neck, which basically he could have just, the A in the middle of the star I think stands for acceptance. He's accepted that he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life, because when you go in as a football phenom and then you start getting fresh gang tattoos in prison, you're saying maybe my football days are over.
And I've never been part of a gang, but I would imagine that the gang members would have rather you keep playing ball, making millions, and put some stuff on my books at the commissary instead of coming in here, and now we got to float you. Something just tells me they would have rather, hey man, no, you make the money, and we'll do this.
You had the highest income earning opportunity.
You put some on my books every Saturday, and we'd be good.
Oh yeah, because the Mexican mafia is trying to shake this dude down now. You know, the Bloods are like, we got to go fight for Aaron again.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
888-926-7562.
I'm David Oyelowo, and I will not be news today. I will not merchandise my success with a variety of easy-to-pronounce products and services like David Oyelowo's olive oils, Oyelowo's royal oleo, or even Oyelowo's yellow oboes. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you to keep bacteria in food from making you ill with 4 simple steps.
Needs to be a walk in the park.
Clean. Wash hands and surfaces often.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Keep raw meats away from ready-to-eat foods.
Yep.
Cook. Make sure meat, poultry, and seafood is cooked to the right temperature. And chill. Refrigerate food promptly. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you. Freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Falcons running back Tevin Coleman. They say he will be ready for this week's game. Remember last week on Wednesday he fell and missed the big victory. Fell in the shower, sustained a concussion. I'm still trying to figure out
It was slippery.
what was going on in there. There's been a lot of speculation, so I'm just going to hold my opinion on what was going on in there.
Oh, no, please don't.
I'm sure it had something to do with drugs and alcohol. Whatever else was going on, there could have been a team of juggling midgets added to it, but it all starts off with drugs and alcohol. Trust me.
Jets signed Joe Anderson, the guy that was standing outside their facility holding a sign all season.
Diligence paid off.
The NFL held a sign that said, "Not homeless, but starving for success." That is a picture of him.
Yep.
It took him 20
went
weeks.
in on him.
But he finally got a job standing out there. I don't know how long. They probably just keep him for a week or two. I don't know what the Jets are doing.
Just to get him out
just to
from
get him
in
out
front of
the
the
building.
look,
Look, man, we'll give you $20,000, man. Just get him out in front of the
stop
building.
standing there. You killing my customers. That's what they used to do for the homeless people. Look, we'll give you a sandwich if you just walk up the block.
It's going to be snowing in a minute, and people going to be wondering, hey, man, why y'all got that man standing in the snow with that sign? You know, give him $20,000.
Hurts the team
Give him some of Geno Smith money and send him on.
Meanwhile, that dude Cupcake who stood out in the Falcons practice field is now still standing there. They had him removed physically.
Oh man! California judge has ruled to let Donna Hill, who signed a participation waiver for her son to play Pop Warner back in 2011. He was 13. He got paralyzed in the game. they have allowed her to try to sue in this case, which I don't know how that happens, if she signed a waiver, but this will be the first time that any judge has allowed Pop Warner to be sued for something like this. Because usually you sign a waiver to let your son, you signed the waiver, not your son, so it's not like he forced it. I don't know how you win this case, either one of you. How do I win a case where I said I would do it?
It's America. and we don't hold people responsible for their actions here. There were extenuating circumstances. She signed under duress, or she was promised that it would be safe, and there's some sort of loophole that
because they also made him go get a physical, so know it's
I'm saying some savvy attorney will make his career off of this case, and she will forever change the face of Pop Warner football and how teams are formed and how kids get in the sport and all of that. So
probably not just Pop Warner football being changed. I can see it, affecting high school as well.
Oh yeah, because they're going to be like, well, "Did you see what Pop Warner had to pay?" Mm-hmm. So
how do I even keep the sport then? How do I keep something that you're going to tell me if somebody gets hurt, knowingly gets hurt, can sue me?
Time will tell.
Like, why would I keep the sport around?
We'll see.
Board of Educations across the country are going,
I mean, we'll see.
Because what is the waiver then? Why are we even signing a waiver? What does the waiver represent?
Football.
If you still get the right to do what the waiver says you couldn't do in the first place.
Football is going to go the way of the diving board. There used to be a time when if you saw a pool, they definitely had a diving board. Yeah. Now, they're eliminating them because people were getting injured, and hey, we don't need the liability. So just as a side effect, now only professional divers dive,
and that's
from stationary platforms. So
you're going to have less teams, less participation, and eventually, we can't be open.
It'll be flag football.
On the brighter side, because of that, maybe Georgia State will get a sellout.
Steph Curry was AP Player of the Year. Serena Williams. Steph Curry was the 4th NBA player to ever win that, along with LeBron, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. Serena Williams was the AP Female of the Year. And Dabo Swinney of the Clemson Tigers was the AP Coach of the Year this year. So those are the 3 winners of that prestigious award.
And they call Serena the sports person.
Well, that was sports.
Was sports
AP.
That was Sports Illustrated. In this case,
correcting your boo.
Hey. Her name is Serena.
This commercial right here, State Farm ran during Christmas holiday. You might see some of your favorite players in it, including DeAndre Jordan.
Blew up social media.
As a woman, this is the State Farm commercial. For you that don't know, Chris Paul is the dad, DeAndre Jordan is the mom, Kevin Garnett is the grandpa, and the State Farm agent is the neighbor. They're called the Hoopers. I thought it was funny that they got a 7-foot bearded man as the woman. I just think they could have went and got Brittany Griner, and it would have just encompassed
everything.
It
would have been super
it's
funny.
Still Hooper, yeah.
You got, because Kevin Garnett could be the granddaddy.
That's perfect.
Chris Paul can be the daddy, as he is. Brittany Griner, and then we could have got Muggsy Bogues to be the baby, or who's real short? Like we could, or Isaiah Thomas of the Celtics. He's about 5'7". They could have put him in the little stroller, and we could have been good.
Or if they're going to do gender bending, why didn't they make DeAndre Jordan the mom and make Brittany Griner the dad?
Hey,
if they're going to do that,
sounds like a great idea. We need to run that by them.
Let's get it registered
or
first.
Just bring Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn in. You got everything covered.
Yeah, she could have been the mom and the dad. Yeah.
Oh man! But the new year is coming. Next time you hear our voices, it will be 2016. The calendar year will be clicked, unless you're going by another calendar. I know Racist Ryan goes by the Aztec calendar. So Christmas and all that stuff is not until May or something. He goes with a time dial slower or something. But the rest of us will be in 2016. 2016, 2015 closing truths. Will be gentlemen. Let you go. The number one sports story.
Well, I'd like to just shout out to the three female aspects of sport that got me. Women's soccer, congratulations. Serena on just a phenomenal year, and of course being person of the year, and Ronda Rousey.
Serena, just like a woman though.
Knocked out.
Well,
just like a woman though. You ask them for one thing,
well,
they give you three.
Yeah, but it was like 3 in 1.
Where you want to go to eat?
I don't care, McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's.
Well, I like McDonald's fries, but we can go
but Wendy's
to Wendy's for my burger, and then go get my shake from Steak and Shake.
So Ronda Rousey,
yes,
Serena, women's soccer.
Yep,
Big Kenny.
It's a 2-for-1.
See?
My biggest sports story this year is heroes made human. To see Peyton Manning and Kobe Bryant in the twilight of their careers looking like regular players. Peyton getting benched and hadn't come back since. Kobe just struggling for people to remember when he used to be great. I never thought I would see those days, and now here we are in 2015, and it will never be the same for their legacies, ever.
Like a fall from grace?
Yeah, a fall from grace, definitely.
Mine, I guess you said a couple of seconds ago, Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner was the story to me. I'm relatively still young compared to most people on the planet.
Compared to most people at Shady Acres.
But I never thought I would live long enough to see a man becoming a woman celebrated in such...
Woman of the Year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To win a Woman of the Year, an Olympic great in Bruce Jenner, and basically in a calendar year becoming a whole nother person just because he says that's what was in him, and how we celebrate it and basically almost banned anyone for talking against it, and exalted him enough, as Big Kenny just said, to decide that he was the Woman of the Year. That's a lot of exalting somebody. They're not even actually a woman, but I have played in this part to where you clap for me loud enough to give me an award that I'm not even part of. That's something big, and it definitely has changed the face, I think, of our country.
As a result, I'm going out for Jewish Athlete of the Year next year. So don't knock it. Let's all get in on the act.
But this will be the last Ocean of the year, and Happy New Year to you. Y'all have any words for New Year's? For Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
Stay safe.
Peace.
Stay safe. Let's see you in 2016.
Peace, blessings, and work out.
Work out. Get your workout on. But we are in the ocean.
The truth is, he will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
When you hear the sounds of the ocean, it gives the Sports Joc just a minute to vent. Happy New Year to you. Happy 2016. Thank you to Heron Jones for coming in and helping us with the show today. Happy New Year to you, Jared. Thank you for all you don't do for us by calling. But I would like to thank offensive tackle Jason Peters of the Eagles in the ocean, my last ocean candidate this year. The Sports Joc played 15 years in the NFL, and the one thing he never did was quit. Jason Peters left the field and said he wasn't going to get hurt trying to win this game to go nowhere. You said it was in protest of the coach, but when I look at it, you left your players and your teammates. And just like a family, sometimes you have to suffer through things as a group. You think you're the only person that was out there that didn't want to be out there, but you had a job to do and you had a brotherhood to protect, and you didn't do that. And to be making $8 million a year, we would have fought in the locker room. That's how I feel about it. Never quit on your teammates. At least get them back to shore and then leave if that's how you feel. But don't leave them, as the Marines say, on the battlefield. So, Jason Peters?
Walk the plank.
For racist Ryan Massengill, the mediocre producer, the funny man himself, Chicago's finest Big Kenny, and all the way from the deck, the truth, is Renee Jemison. And from Polk County, Florida, Haines City. You know about it. Don't act like you don't know. Peace.